The thing about right wingers in general is that like they don't give a they literally just need to hear those words. As long as you say that you love Trump, you love daddy, they will idolize you. Oh, wow. What's up, Austin? We're doing it. Here, pull a chair.
Am I doing poll watch later?
Yeah, you can do poll watch later. We're gonna
watch the rally.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, everybody.
Austin's in the building.
Hello.
Everybody. Goddamn, you are so friggin' loud.
Oh, sorry. Is that too
No,
much?
it's all good.
Can I move the monitor here this way? What?
No.
Why not?
That's insane.
You always do that so I can see.
No, I don't care. You don't have to see anything. You're just here to look pretty.
Are you kidding me?
You're
I'm
here
a
to
politician now. Who interviewed Bernie Sanders?
You're here to look pretty and respond, okay?
Who interviewed Bernie Sanders?
You did. What do you mean?
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah, but this is my stream, okay? This ain't the Bernie stream.
I just need you to respect me as a political commentator.
Let's see what the guest camera looks like. Look at this. Boom.
Oh, dang. Look at that.
Yeah, we got...
Things are looking great. Things are looking great.
Austin, the passenger princess, is right.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yeah, no. I'm here. I've been trying to go to the gym for like the last hour.
You just ended with Mike a minute ago? Wait, you were on Mike's stream?
Yeah, I was doing commentary.
Wait, really?
I was taking an interview with Mike. We were talking about the polls.
That's so funny.
We were talking about...
Look at you. You are horny, dude. You are horny to talk about... Dude, you were literally doing this yesterday. We were on the lines waiting for a freaking roller coaster, and Austin's like looking at like poll distribution numbers. He's like, "Oh, dude, things are looking great in Georgia suburbs right now." You know?
I mean, yeah, I didn't say that. I don't want to be held to that because I didn't say that specifically. I haven't looked at the Georgia suburbs numbers. Okay.
Yeah.
In the last few days, but look, I mean, I'm lived up. I'm ready. I mean, you know, not as lived up in 2020, not like lived up in like the literal sense, like liberaled up, but just like electioned up. You know, like tracking the data, looking at what's going on. I was feeding him information about the Nazi rally that happened.
Yeah, you were on it, dude. Mm-hmm. You were freaking on it. He was DMing me the whole time.
Yeah.
You have issues, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Me? I have issues?
Yeah.
Bro, this is your job. What do you mean I have issues? You
know
do this every day.
That's why I'm saying you have issues. It's my job, and I'm like less locked in than you are.
I only do it like once every 4 years.
That's true. I do it when it's boring too. I don't give a shit. But it's crazy to do it at like...
I'm doing it when it's entertaining.
It's crazy to do it while like... It's crazy to do it while you're at Disneyland. That's what I'm saying is crazy. All right, anyway. Yes, scrolling you Mitch voters feed at Disneyland. All right, we're gonna do the Trump rally. We're gonna look at some of the highlights from the Trump rally.
Yep.
So for those of you who don't know, Donald Trump had a rally at Madison Square Garden. Now, why is this important? One, because he's not going to win New York. Why is he doing this rally? He's trying to get a lot of media coverage surrounding the rally. And I guess in order to maximize the media coverage, he just let the racists run crazy, say crazy ass shit during this rally. Now, it's not that surprising. Madison Square Garden has hosted a Nazi rally in the past, I believe in 1939. So, you know, it hasn't been 100 years yet. I just never really thought that we would get a second Nazi rally before the century turned, right? Have you heard about what's happening in Scartheville? No, I don't. I'm not going to do what the I'm over here talking about like a Nazi rally in Madison Square Garden, and this chatter's like, bro, please talk about the internal politics of Georgia, not like the state of Georgia, the Georgian nation state.
Oh, yeah.
And like Russian influence.
My feed's been very confusing. I don't know why the algorithm has been feeding me the state of Georgia information.
That's
I'm
crazy.
looking for the U.S. state of Georgia.
Yeah.
Like,
anyway.
Yeah.
Here's the rally. If you want to skip around, just send me links from like some of the top moments. Because there's a lot of crazy shit. I know this one is a big one too. We're gonna cover it. Oh yeah, he went up there and he was saying some nutty ass bullshit. Dr. Phil was there.
Phil was
all
there.
of the worst people. All of the worst of the worst scumbags were there. It was just awful.
To begin with this, of course, and you know what the lead story is, a presidential election. There are just 8 days to go, and the candidates are drawing massive crowds as they crisscross around the country. We're going to start with former President Donald Trump returning to his hometown right here in New York, where he headlined an
And here are some highlights from it.
This is 1939 one?
No, here's some highlights from. No.
Oh, this
here's
is
some
yesterday?
highlights from last night, Chad. Chat last night. Here are some highlights from Madison Square Garden, where Donald Trump went back to his hometown to have a rally and to talk about how to make America great again, and numerous other things of that nature.
They put George Washington up there?
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, you can see some young Trump supporters here. Okay.
I mean, George was pretty racist.
Yeah. Just, you know.
I mean, George may have been there if he was still alive at the time, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, he.
To the flag of the United States of America and the republic for which it stands,
Is that guy
one
German?
nation,
Yeah.
indivisible.
Yeah, dude.
liberty,
He's like the
and
leader of
justice
the
for
American Nazi Bund movement, I think. Wow, really loved it. The crowd was loving it, dude. 22,000 of them.
Where did all these people go during the World War II? Like, were they like, oh, shit?
That's actually a good question. I don't know,
Like,
but
what
I did
happened
not
to them?
know
Were they-
this. I did not know this until I watched Band of Brothers. But there was like a call to like a fatherland call from Nazi Germany. So some American Germans, some Americans of German descent, unironically flew, like they went to Germany to fight on the side of Nazi Germany.
Oh my God.
So you had dudes who were like cornbred in like Ohio and shit, like that literally went to fight alongside Nazi Germany. They got captured by American soldiers. They'd be like, "Yeah, I'm from Wyoming," and he's like, "Just a Nazi."
Oh my God. Yeah, I was just curious. Well, so not all of them went back. Were they just like,
No,
oh,
no, I don't think all. Yeah, I mean, there's a
were they like, oh shit, I didn't know it was all that.
I mean,
they,
dude,
like,
I
went-
think they know. I think they know it's all that. If you're at the,
I mean, it was the
if you're at this rally and you're throwing up the Roman salute, you know what's going
like,
on.
I know. I mean, clearly.
Yeah.
Clearly.
You're gonna be in the LA Times, by the way.
Oh, great. Well, it won't be the first time I've been in a big time publication.
Oh, my
I've been on
God.
CNN. You know,
You're
CNN. I've been on CNN. I've been on. I think Bernie Sanders interview. I don't know where that was, but
so there is a Nazi mansion that they destroyed in the mountains here in California in like the
Really?
Pacific Palisades. Yeah, I've been to
my
it
God.
before they completely. I think they like destroyed it completely. Yeah, it's like a beautiful hike, and then like randomly in the middle of the mountain, there's like a Nazi compound.
oh my God.
Yeah, and they used to tag it all the time, and I think like they condemned the building, and it got to like a degree where obviously they're not going to do upkeep on a Nazi mansion,
No, of
right?
course not,
So
no.
it's called Hearst Castle. It is, right? Yeah, and it's kind of interesting because it's like
Okay.
they had ambitions of I guess like reinventing America from within, basically. There's some weird camera flickering and flashes. Yes, there is someone who is.
There's somebody taking
Hearst
photos
Castle
of us.
isn't Nazi. No, it's not the Hearst Castle. Murphy's Ranch in Santa Monica. Okay, why are chatters lying, bro? Hold on. Yeah, this is the one. This is the one. This is the one. This is the
Can
one.
I say something that's completely off topic?
What? Yeah. What's
Somebody
up?
keeps mentioning that have you heard about the ballot boxes that are burned in Portland, Oregon?
Yeah, Trump was gonna win.
Yeah, no, that's
Trump
what I'm
was gonna
saying.
win Oregon.
Charlie Kirk tweeted that like ballot boxes are on fire in Portland, Oregon. I was like, Charlie, this is the biggest self-report on the planet.
No, that's
I said,
like-
whose ballots do you think were burning
No,
in
no.
Portland, Oregon?
No,
dude?
you don't understand, dude. You don't
Like,
understand.
Literally, that's the only reason that state
You don't
is
understand.
blue.
You don't understand.
Like-
That's how they.
Like,
It's not Portland. It's Vancouver.
no, it's Portland.
Right
and-
across in Vancouver, Washington, right across the river
Yeah,
too.
Vancouver, you kind of have maybe a point, but like it's Washington State.
Oh, it was also in one of the biggest
was
swing
both of them.
districts. They're saying it's one of the biggest
Oh
swing
yeah,
districts.
totally. The swing district of Multnomah County. Give me a break. Come on, dude. Come on.
Hearst Castle was like Elon Musk at the time. Oh, in Arizona too. Damn, we had Democratic campaign offices in Arizona shot up, and a ballot box burned down, and now ballot boxes in Oregon and Washington set on fire. The right is willing to use violence and steal this election. Watch this space. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I am like, who out of the two major parties is constantly egging on their followers to like go around with the elections. And it's not the Democrats, okay? Like, if anything, this is the one area where the Democrats are virtually infallible, okay? They are virtually untouchable. They've never even communicated remotely a shred of the same desire that Republicans at every single rally routinely repeat. Like, Republicans have engaged in electioneering time and time again, illegally. Republicans have fantasized about bringing guns to ballot boxes,
and
basically in polling stations, and they have in places like Arizona.
Yes.
Republicans have shot up Democratic campaign offices in the state of Arizona. The idea that like it would be the Democrats that actually like burn ballot boxes is crazy.
And Democrats predominantly vote by mail.
Yeah, it's not.
They all vote by mail anyway. Why the hell are they burning boxes when the majority of Democrats?
Only one out of the two parties is like actively harmed members of its own party if they're working at the polling stations. Okay, and that's the Republican Party. So get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I mean, Vancouver is conservative, more conservative than it is. I think it is more. I think Vancouver, Washington, like what is it, Clark County? Is that up there? It is kind of a little bit more conservative as you get across the river. But I mean,
I'm from Vancouver. VA3 is very much a purple district. Democrats barely won the last House race. To be fair, Marie Perez is pretty much a Republican. Lamau. No, she's not. She actually wasn't pretty much a Republican. She actually ran on like very progressive policy and then immediately was like, just kidding, I'm the worst. She literally was like using the Justice Democrats platform. And then immediately, as soon as she won, was like, just kidding, I actually despise progress. I'm kidding. I hate progress. I just look cool. I look like I'm, someone who drinks cold brew all the time. It was really, really gross what she did. Anyway. Just like Fetterman. Fetterman is not the best example because I think he got hit with a stroke gun. So the stroke gun that makes you pro-Israel. So it's a little different for John Fetter Wap. He had a different John Fetty. He had a different situation than who Fetterberg. He got like John Fetty Wap. John Fetterbrain. All right, let's get to the actual Nazi rally, the modern Nazi rally that happened. They gave him too much Galaxy gas in the hospital. Yeah.
All-day event at Madison Square Garden. It included speeches from a number of warm-up speakers, some that immediately drew some backlash. Robert Costa was at the rally. He's with us now in the studio.
Wow, so
Bob, good
friendly.
morning to you. It was a very long day.
Like, what the fuck is the media? Drew some backlash as if it's like they said like they cursed a little bit.
They were like sig heiling pretty much.
Like, what the fuck?
They were the rally, at least like the highlights that I saw literally were like virtually sig heiling. Okay, it's pretty crazy. We'll get to the Arizona domestic MAGA terrorist guy in a second. Don't worry, we got some.
It is so incredibly frustrating to watch the media.
It was, and I was there.
Like,
Trump
frame this as if this is anything close to being normal.
Dude, okay.
Like,
I wanted.
News.
I have, I think, a more diverse media diet than you do in this sense. I wanted you to watch two things. One, The Daily, the Trump campaign's big gamble. Okay, they literally interview election deniers and present them as like reasonable human beings.
Yes.
And it blew my mind. I listened to it this morning. I was like, what the is the New York Times doing?
Yeah.
That's number one. The other one that made me blast into orbit was even worse than that. It was NPR. I think it was Consider This. Okay. Let me see if it was. I think it was Consider This from NPR. For some conservative Christians supporting Trump, it's about the policies. They had a evangelical, Pentecostal, whatever the pastor that was giving an interview to NPR, and he was defending Mark Robinson. And every single time they asked him about Mark Robinson, he would be like, well, Kamala Harris had sex with whatever, Willie Brown or whatever the guy's name is. You know, we've all made mistakes. It's like, dude, he is a black Nazi. He said he is black Adolf Hitler. And you're over here defending him. Like, you're defending him by being like, well, everyone makes mistakes. Nobody is perfect. Like, it was crazy.
Well, the media, they have to have like discussions, and we live in a two-party state. But the right has become so insane that they've almost had to elevate them to put them in normal conversations to even have like any sort of content at all, other than just like writing them off. They've like elevated them to, they have to make them seem normal.
This is the other thing. They did glamour shots for the election deniers. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You can't write op-eds about how, like, you know, where is this country gone? Yeah. Why are people so crazy? And then do glam shots at psychos who are literally like, nah, the election was stolen and I'm going to do everything in my power to steal it again. Like, this is no different than doing a puff piece on a QAnon person. These people are basically QAnon people. What the is happening, bro? They're in your house. No, this is LA Times. It's different. Los Angeles Times is different. But still, like, and also you guys need to understand, not like there is a diversity. There is a diversity of opinion in the media. Okay. I try to explain this to you guys all the time. It's a part of media literacy to understand that, like, not every journalist is operating with the same opinion. Okay. Calm down. Anyway, and this is insane though. This is actually like mind-boggling. I don't understand what the purpose of this could be beyond the fact that this is exactly what they do all the time. They did this with the abortion freaks.
You know what the purpose of it is so people like me can read it and go, holy these people exist.
I know, but like for every guy like you that gets angry at the New York Times for even like offering coverage like this, there are people who read the New York Times and go, well, these people don't seem that unreasonable.
Yes, I know.
And it's like you're doing a disservice by not reporting the truth with accuracy. Okay? Like you have a duty to report the truth. If you, for example, before Roe v. Wade was overturned, if you constantly write articles about how complicated or how controversial the issue of abortion access is, you're doing a disservice to the public, because the overwhelming majority of Americans are not of two different minds on the issue of abortion. They all think it should be protected. Like damn near 90% of Americans, okay, when you actually like talk to them about all of the details of abortion restrictions, will be like, yeah, no, 75% Roe v. Wade unconditional support, right? It was so popular that the 3 Supreme Court picks, the appointments that Donald Trump put in to the Supreme Court, all lied to the American public, lied in front of Congress and to the American public about how Roe v. Wade was a super precedent and how they were not going to overturn it. They lied. That's how objectively popular this shit was. Okay? You say 54% of Americans read at the 5th grade level. It doesn't matter. Even dumbasses or illiterate dumbasses still are like, yeah, I don't think the government should take away a healthcare thing that, you know, my wife might need, you know, or my daughter might need at some point. Do you understand? It does not make sense. So it is very, very frustrating. To be fair, the main pages of CNN and New York Times both call it racist, extreme, and framing is very bad for Trump. Almost all media hopped on this as an extreme and bad thing. Yes, what you are showing is bad and stupid, but some credit to the media for how they covered the MSG Nazi rally. More headlines from last night. Yes. No, they're gonna pick this apart. Don't misunderstand me. I'm talking about what they do in the off season. Okay, this is deeply frustrating and completely unacceptable. Offering a puff piece on the daily, like without just straight up being like every single thing that these people are saying is insane, is unacceptable. Okay, you will never get me to defend this. It is the exact opposite of what the media is supposed to do. Okay?
Yeah, and what I was saying about that particular video was like, she's like basically framed it as like, there were some things happening at that rally that some people may found offensive. As if what they weren't spewing wasn't deliberately.
Yeah, dude. New York Times looking at this and being like, somewhat controversial rally at Madison Square Garden last night.
Yeah, it's like, what do you mean somewhat controversial rally? You know?
Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Americans, American patriots.
Yeah.
I'm sure I do
You've
not
never seen this
come
before?
before you tonight as a complete stranger.
You've never seen this before?
You all have heard
but
of
the
me
fact
through the Jewish-controlled press as a creature with horns, a cloven hoof,
and a long tail. We, with American ideals, demand that our government shall be returned to the American people who founded it.
Yeah. Are there any New York Times headlines in that rally in 1939? Curious to how they compare to yesterday. I think that they probably
may
did
be offended by what happened.
They probably. Oh, by the way, yeah. Do you not know about the America First Committee, dude?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, America First Committee was an America First. Does that ring familiar to you?
Yeah, it does.
Well, I'll have you know that originally it was a nonpartisan, non-interventionist pressure group created in 1940, September 4th, 1940, against the United States entry into World War II.
Yeah.
It surpassed 800,000 members in its 450 chapters at its peak. The AFC principally supported isolationism for its own sake, and its varied coalition included Democrats, Republicans, farmers, industrialists, communists, anti-communist students, journalists. However, it was controversial for the anti-Semitic and pro-fascist views of some of its most prominent speakers, leaders, and members. The AFC was dissolved 4 days after the attack on Pearl Harbor brought the United States into the war.
Yeah. You back in those, I talked to my grandparents about that. If you weren't for the war back then, you were a traitor.
Yeah,
it was all unanimous.
Yeah,
back then.
This is the one good war. Like this is the one that makes sense.
No, I'm not trying to say that we all need to be in on wars now.
No,
I
know.
I know. Back then, it was like,
these guys were like.
I'm not saying we need to unify on a war now.
Yeah. 20,000 Nazi friends at a rally here denounced boycott. Throng in Madison Square Garden appeals to Roosevelt to stop illegal movement. Untermeyer's name booed. 750 police hold off 1,000 red marchers. Stormtroops in uniform clear lobbies. The Friends of New Germany at their rally in the Garden. 20,000 Nazi allies denounced boycott.
Wait, hold on. Are they talking about illegal movement? What are they talking about? Is that an immigration thing?
No. That was basically the headline. With Nazi swastikas dominating the scene in 750. Also, you have to remember, I don't think exactly what time this was being. Oh, this is from 1934. It wasn't in 1939. It was 1934, I guess. And you have to remember something. In 1934, when someone said Nazi swastikas, it didn't have that same oomph. Mm-hmm. They weren't saying that to denounce the rally, just so you understand, because it didn't have that same stink associated with it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, Hitler was on the cover of Time magazine.
22,000 Nazis hold rally in Garden. Police check foes. Scenes as German-American Bund held its Washington birthday rally last night. Yeah, they were covering it with neutrality.
Well, I mean, look, it's so interesting to see this historically because you're seeing people that are Nazis intertwining the Nazi movement with American patriotism and history, right? It's very interesting to see that.
20,000 Nazi friends.
Yeah.
20,000 Nazi friends. Yeah. I don't know what the exact moment was. This was in 1939. Oh, sorry. This was the Madison Square Garden one. This is 1939. The OG one. I mean, this is the one that everyone remembers. But basically, my point is, this is, the attitude surrounding it was very neutral almost. Protected by more than 1,700 policemen. Wait a minute. Cops were protecting the fascists again? That's weird. And I remember there was a Jewish protester that actually snuck into the rally. And I remember him trying to do a demonstration, trying to disrupt the rally, and they beat his ass. Cops literally.
When?
At this rally at MSG.
Wait, the 1939 one or the what?
The 1939 one, yeah.
Oh, this is so crazy to me because, okay.
Here, you'll see in a second.
Second.
Oh, also they were classic anti-labor union too. The Gentile control. Wait, what is it? Wait. First, a socially just white Gentile ruled United States. Gentile controlled labor unions free from Jewish Moscow directed domination. I mean, he's speaking in English. Here come the police to also throw a couple punches themselves, you see? Yeah. That guy was later charged with disorderly conduct. Yeah, interesting. Interesting how things don't really change that much, you know? Yeah, history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes, basically what we're experiencing. Anyway, let's continue.
Themed spectacle in the Garden. It enthralled thousands of his supporters, but the political impact remains unclear. Strategists in both parties tell us the words of others on stage, not Trump, could likely be amplified by Democrats in the coming days.
Can you give me that?
At one of the world's most
jacket?
famous arenas, former President Donald Trump laid out his closing argument in this campaign.
We will have the strongest economy, the most secure borders, the safest cities, the most powerful military.
Trump took the stage at a jam-packed Madison Square Garden in Manhattan and leaned into his border plan should he win the White House.
I will rescue every city and town that has been invaded and conquered.
Trump's rhetoric on immigration drawing roars from the crowd.
I will launch the largest deportation program in American history.
All as he was unleashing harsh attacks on Vice President Harris.
No one respects her. No one trusts her. No one takes her seriously. Everyone knows she is a very low IQ individual.
With just over a week to go until Election Day, that sentiment was echoed throughout the night by his key allies, who rallied supporters with
Little low
speeches
IQ
over the
dog
course
whistle
of
there,
6
too.
hours.
Low IQ dog whistle.
Trump country.
From Republican lawmakers
We're going to take this country back.
to media personalities like Dr. Phil and
Gross.
Hulk Hogan flexing their support, as well as billionaire Elon Musk. And an introduction, Elon Musk.
Okay, they would. Can I be clear? If he wasn't like some like Trump grifter, they would all be calling him the F slur,
Oh, dude, yeah.
and they probably still are secretly.
Nah,
But, like,
they
this, like,
it doesn't matter.
the-
You
the-
can be the grossest, sweatiest loser as long as you say the words, as long as you say that you love Trump, you love daddy, they will idolize you. That is the thing about right-wingers in general. The thing about right-wingers in general is that like they don't give a they literally just need to hear those words, okay? They need to hear Trump is right, immigrant bad, black person low IQ, and they'll be like, all right, great, you're with me.
Yeah,
you're on the
dude,
team.
it's so bad. They can't. This can't be good for him, right? Like, are there people out there that don't find this painfully so painful? Just
I think people
I struggle to find words in the English language to describe like the level of ick and the level of just so I can't describe it, because no word in the language does it really justice to what I feel when I see him and what I see him do.
dude, this was insane. Like,
No, I know.
the USA, like, how do you f up a USA chant, dude? How do you f this up?
USA, 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 USA.
USA,
That's right.
USA.
Yeah.
How does that go?
Aren't we
USA.
cool? Look at me, I'm cool.
USA, everybody.
Come on, everybody.
It's like, dude, what the
So
dude,
cool.
dude, please go on the first one-way trip to Mars, please. Just never to return. Oh my God, dude. I hate him so much. I don't know. Like at least Trump has like redeeming qualities in terms of like being telegenic, like being kind of funny at times. Like Elon Musk has nothing. I don't know who I hate more. I think I hate Elon Musk more. I might hate him more.
Oh, 100%.
He is like,
Like, it's just...
he is also not dissimilar to Donald Trump, like a ginormous con man too. It's just, ay. I'm a dark MAGA, but also dork
Like,
MAGA.
you can't even laugh at him because he's such a loser. You can't laugh at him.
Hasan jealous because Elon has more money. True.
Hey, USA. Wah!
I'm Brian Kill Me. I'm Brian
my
Kill
God,
Me.
dude.
I'm Brian Kill Me. Ah! Ah! It's like, dude. I get it. I get like, repping your team. I get it. I understand. Okay. That's one thing. But like this degree of cringe, like supporting this degree of cringe is just like, you need like a wellness check.
Yeah.
Like if you're going, that was cool. your immediate family members have to institutionalize you.
This is
okay. You have to be institutionalized. If you look at this and you go, that's sick. I loved it. I loved it when he did that.
I think he's the best example of what happens when somebody who's terminally online goes out in public.
Yeah.
Like he's so online. That
he's
he thinks he's such like a terminally on Reddit.
Yeah, he is the most like Discord, Reddit stalker adjacent guy that sees daylight and just this is how they look,
dude,
and act.
Because he'll go on his Twitter after these rallies and like do some like cringe Reddit meme that he'll post, and then it'll get promoted and put on everybody's algorithm because he owns the platform.
If he wasn't rich, he'd literally be arrested from his basement for posting threats on 4chan. Yeah, no, actually, it's so lame, dude. It's so bad. By the way, I rented a Tesla yesterday for a family trip and tested the latest version of FSD, and holy shit, it was so bad. Literally hasn't improved at all in the past 3 years since I tried it on my own vehicle. I'm sticking to Waymo because FSD was trying to kill me.
No, Tesla's ass.
Yeah, we hate Teslas around these parts. You already know.
Hasan
we both have electric vehicles that are not Teslas.
Yeah, they're all owned by. Well, I guess they're Volkswagen branded, right? They're all Volkswagen.
Yeah, we're on the German.
We own
automobile.
German EVs. Mine's a little faster, but we don't.
It's fine. That's like, I mean, it's true. Yours is faster.
And an introduction
Volkswagen owns
and rare
Porsche and Audi.
remarks by
He's a
former
Porsche
First
Audi.
Lady Melania Trump.
New York City and America needs their magic back.
My name
But
is
as the
Melania
Trump campaign continues to
and we
court
need
the
to stop
Latino
immigrants.
vote, it was this.
Oh my God, this is what he posted.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh my God, 431,000 likes. Oh my God, dude. No, institutionalized. Like, we need, dude, we need re-education camps. Like, I'm just saying it again and again and again. And people always think like, oh, Hasan, you commie bastard. Hasan, you commie bastard. Like, when you say re-education camps, like, well, you mean like, you know, gulags or whatever. And it's like, no, I don't mean like gulags. Okay. But we do need we need to open the schools and we need to force people to go back to school. Okay. No more homeschooling. You have to go to like real school, okay? You can't do fake school. This is unacceptable. This is completely unacceptable. If you think this shit is cool, you have to be reintegrated in a normal society. Like, you are not living on the same plane of existence as the rest of us, dude. I swear to God. Where will this go? I do not know. But I do not think that this is going to a good place, okay? Doors open. Shit, I have to sign something real quick. Austin. Yeah. All right, I need you to man the ship for a second because I got to sign some paperwork. Yes, it is botted. I know it is botted. Anyway, here we'll there's some more stuff here that you can watch.
Joke that drew swift backlash.
I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah, I think it's called Puerto Rico.
Ooh.
Less than 2 hours.
You know what's so funny to me is how like your racist joke flops in front of racists. Like, an entire group of people who love racist jokes, who eat that shit alive, and it flopped. How do you do that? I don't understand how you do that. And like, the reaction to this was like, oh, liberals don't like humor. And I'll be honest, like, I get frustrated because I like comedy. I like offensive comedy. I like dark humor, right? And one of the most frustrating things is like, it's not, people will like say like, oh, you're just sensitive. No, it's not a good joke. Okay. It just wasn't funny. Like, it's not creative. It's just racist. It's just a shitty joke. Like that's really what upset me, is that it's just a shitty joke. Like, and they'll consistently, I'm really trying to be a commentator right now, but consistently they will like say this thing like, oh, you're just insensitive. It's just that the joke sucked.
You did,
about
no,
5
you did
minutes.
Great.
All right. Whew.
No, you did great. That's it's the thing is, as someone who is also a comedy enjoyer myself,
yeah,
and does not mind like edgy humor. I myself participate in edgy humor, and I get quote unquote canceled for it all the goddamn time by Republicans who get very upset all of a sudden. And someone who has had a shit ton of comedians who also participate in edgy humor on his broadcast. The thing that really frustrates me is that, like, as someone who is not a comedian, who could never be a comedian, I still have like in a very nerdy way, like followed the process of comedy, like how you make a joke, how you structure a joke, and how you write your material, how you test out your material. And the issue is that kind of humor is super bottom of the barrel. Like it's hack material. It is what you do when you're not clever enough to make, like, when you're not clever enough to construct like an intelligent joke.
Yes.
That's the problem.
And this is what was frustrating when like Chappelle was like getting criticized, or like when Chappelle was like going through like, and he just like wouldn't stop making terrible jokes about the LGBTQ community.
Yeah.
I'm in the LGBTQ community. Okay. I love a good gay joke. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm down with it. We make gay jokes all the time.
Yeah, we make homophobic gay jokes all the time.
I love a good gay joke. What was frustrating about me, like with Chappelle, is like somebody who I regard as like one of the greatest comedians of all time. Is I was like, he's so much better than that.
Yeah.
They weren't good.
Yeah,
that's what was annoying. Is I'm not like, and I hated it being framed as like, oh, you're just insensitive. No,
you're too. Yeah, joke. They were like, no, you're too sensitive. You're too sensitive. It's like, no, dude.
That's it.
Like, if you at any point, if you are a generational talent in the field of comedy, okay, and you are repeating 4chan like Steven Crowder jokes, like attack helicopter jokes and shit in like 2022, what the fuck are you doing? Like, that's insane.
Yeah,
you know that's just like. That is the craziest thing. Like, you are supposed to be better than that, man. Like, what the fuck are you doing? How do I contact them on? You don't. Anyway, I don't think he said it as a joke even. I mean, he didn't even try to hide it as one. Yeah,
like there was no punchline.
Yeah, and then this last additional detail just came about it. This guy's speech last night, they were saying they didn't vet the speech, so they didn't know his joke was there. Surprise, it was vetted. They removed him calling Harris a but left the Puerto Rico joke in. So they were okay with it last night. The shock comic who opened for Trump. I like that they're calling Tony Hinchcliffe a shock comic. Tony Hinchcliffe is not, he's never really been that funny. Okay. As someone who used to listen to Kill Tony a lot way back in the day, as someone who was a massive Joe Rogan fan way back in the day before he had like Milo Yiannopoulos and every like neo-Nazi YouTuber on his broadcast, on his podcast, I used to be a fan of Joe Rogan. I have his mug, as you guys know. Like that's the degree of fandom I had for Joe Rogan. I had his literal mug. He was very influential for me in you know, as a independent media figure, right? In some ways, that part still remains to a certain degree. Like I was a fan of his. I would listen to Kill Tony as well. Never really liked Kill Tony as much, but like when you like Joe Rogan, you like Kill Tony. You like all of the people in his orbit, right? And I'm talking, this is like 2014, 2015, 2016, okay? For me, as someone who used to listen to Tony Hinchcliffe all the time and listen to Kill Tony all the time, he just basically surrounds himself with funnier comedians usually. And that's the only reason why that actually hits. That's his method. His method is be in Joe Rogan's orbit early on and then be able to get like funnier comics to actually rip apart someone's stand-up material before they've ever actually tested it out. That's it. That was the thing that Tony Hinchcliffe brought to the table. He has never been funny personally. He's never been that funny. Joe Rogan, Joe, someone tells me a man stole a joke from me and put it on Netflix special, says he's a friend of yours. Can you vouch for him? Norm, Tony Hinchcliffe's joke is completely different. They're just about the same subject. He's not a thief. Bro, look at what he did in 2021. Called another comedian a C word and called the audience race traders for laughing at the comedian's joke. Shock comic is pretty apt. No.
The shock comedy is like you can do it if like you structure the joke in a way, and I'm not a comedian either, but like
no, I mean
there's a way to do it.
Yeah, the thing about shock comedy is that like shock comedy is usually very hack unless you do it really well, and there's not a lot of people that do it really well. You have like Anthony Jeselnik, you have Daniel Tosh maybe to a certain degree, but like beyond that, it's not very like Norm obviously was Norm Macdonald was good at it, but like most of the greats in terms of shock comedy are like Andrew Dice Clay, and Andrew Dice Clay overall not very good. Like he's not. I think that's what the problem is that like people remember them as like comedy greats, but if you actually look at their material, it's like like it's kind of hack. And the actual comedy greats like George Carlin have actually directly called that out, as a matter of fact. Like Dice's ass, but an OG? Exactly. That's the best way to present it. Andrew Dice Clay is an OG, but he's not exactly very good. I don't think he was actually very good ever. Jezelnik on Shock Comics.
All these comics now, it's like almost the point is to get in trouble. It's like, why are you giving me shit? I'm a comic. I'm allowed to say whatever I want. That's wrong as far as I'm concerned. Art.
Oh, wait, say it again so I don't miss it.
People think like, oh, as a comic, your job is to get in trouble. And so, but they don't want to get yelled at. It's like, it's okay to make people mad, but they don't want any pushback. And I think that's wrong. As a comedian, you want to make people laugh. This is a quote attributed to Andy Warhol that I love. It's just, art is getting away with it. You know, if you put out a special and everyone's pissed, like you didn't get away with it. You know, you need to make everyone laugh that they're like, yeah, he talked about some stuff, but we're all happy.
That's actually brilliant.
That's art.
Yeah, it's true.
Otherwise, you're just a troll.
Yeah.
And like, it's hack.
Yeah.
And the funniest thing is, or the craziest thing is, I think that is the hardest type of joke to make work. Okay. Which is why I think like Nick Mullins, some of his best material is directly in that realm, because he has the capacity to make some of the most like unacceptable, inappropriate things work because he's very funny. Okay. A lot of these guys, on the other hand, can't do that. Okay. And I'm not saying like, I'm not one of those guys that like will look at test material, because in the worst era of like liberal media at the end of the Obama era, we had people that would just like film people's like stand-up sets at comedy clubs and whatnot when they're like working out their material, right? And they'd be like, oh, here it is. Like, this person is being racist. It's like, yeah, they are. They're testing out their material. Sometimes it's going to bomb. Like that's a part of the process. Like, it's not always going to hit. And if it doesn't hit, especially if you're testing out material that is like edgy, if it doesn't hit, it's going to come across as incredibly racist. But the goal overall is to make people laugh. The problem is, I think in the aftermath of that, with the unimaginable amounts of backlash towards like every single comedian, most comedians turned around and started just like railing against cancel culture all the time. And to me, that actually did kill a big part of comedy. That killed a lot of comedy, because most comedians just started doing classic culture war shit nonstop. Just like, oh God, cancel culture sucks. Cancel culture sucks. It's like, we get it, man. We get it. It sucks. Stop complaining. Like, Jesus Christ. And that's the issue here, in my opinion. It's just like, you're just at a certain point, you become like just a guy complaining on stage. You're just whining. You're not dissecting like things that are happening in the real world and like pointing out the stupidity of it. Okay. Like, you're supposed to punch up and not punch down. That's not always the case either. It's like a very reductive way of looking at it, but I understand what you're saying, right? Like, you're supposed to punch up, not punch down is like a pretty good way. Like, it's a pretty good starting point. Comedy is more diverse than that in general, but I get it. Like, I think it's a solid fundamental to build on, but that's not always going to capture everything.
I would defend to the death his right to do everything he does. The thing that I find unusual, and it's not a criticism so much, but his targets are underdogs. And comedy traditionally has picked on people in power, people who abuse their power. Women and gays and immigrants are kind of, to my way of thinking, underdogs. And, he ought to be careful because he's Jewish. And a lot of the people who want to pick on these kind of groups, the Jews are on that list a little further. You got women, gays, gypsies, blah, 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 and then suddenly you find Jews. And
suddenly Andrew's arrested.
Yeah, so, I mean, obviously he should do what he wants. And
why does he get away with it, do you think, then?
Well,
we have never laughed at jokes about the poor.
He's appealing. I think he's appealing largely. I think his core audience are young white males who are threatened by these groups. I think a lot of these guys aren't sure of their manhood, because that's a problem when you're going through adolescence.
I think he's talking about Andrew Dice Clay here, actually. Like, if I'm not mistaken, he's talking about Andrew Dice Clay, right?
Am I really? Could I be? I hope I'm not one of them. And the women who assert themselves and are competent are a threat to these men, and so are immigrants in terms of jobs
so that's why we as an audience then will laugh.
You say we. I don't think you're.
But I think you're collective we.
I think that's what is at the core of that experience that takes place in these arenas. is a certain, a sharing of anger and rage at these targets. And I'm sure Andrew isn't that angry at them. I'm sure he's playing it as a comic.
I've said this time and time again, okay? It's the Hannah Gadsby effect, all right? A lot of comedians basically do Hannah Gadsby, but on the opposite side of the political spectrum, where they're not doing comedy, they're not looking for laughter, they're looking for applause. And the moment that you stop looking for laughter and you start chasing applause breaks, you're basically doing a TED Talk. You're not doing stand-up, you're doing a goddamn TED Talk, okay? Hannah Gadsby is Nanette. Conservative Nanette is what I'm saying. Exactly. And that is, in my opinion, comedy poison. Okay. It's comedy poison. That's why I despise Bill Maher and love Bill Burr, right? Bill Maher does it all the time, every night, every time he goes on a show, he does the exact same shit. Okay. And I say this as someone who gives a broad, I'm more understanding of like comedians trying to test out material and like failing to do so, or comedians appearing completely unacceptable in like podcasts or whatever when they're also, once again, trying to test out material, like the Shane Gillis phenomenon. Shane Gillis, when he was tested out for SNL originally, had a whole bunch of like Nick Mullen style bits that he was trying to do. And they were pretty like anti-Asian for sure, right? Especially because like it was, you know, you have hours and hours and hours of material on your podcast. People are going to be able to clip shit out of that. I know that better than anybody else. I have hours and hours and hours of material commentary on this broadcast, right? Like I'm streaming for 8 to 10 hours a day. You can clip something that is the exact opposite of what I mean on a daily basis, and many people do, right? So I get it. Won't someone please think of the whites? No, oh my God, boo, sharing of grievances, won't someone think of the whites? No, you're misunderstanding the point that I'm making, okay? Shane Gillis didn't go in that like grievance route. He went back to the drawing board and he basically worked on his material, made it better. And he was already funny. He had a lot of funny jokes. He had a lot of funny bits to begin with. And he worked on them over and over again. And then ultimately he had an SNL episode, he had a bunch of stand-up specials that absolutely banged, and there it is. Like, look at him now. He has the most successful podcast on Patreon, and also on top of that, like he has a bunch of Netflix comedy shows and specials and all this stuff, and many people like him. What were you gonna say? We're gonna get back to the rally. I just wanted to like do this classic thing about do this. I'm going to get back to the rally in a second. I just wanted to help people. Like I wanted to establish my position here on like what I believe in terms of like comedy, that my analysis isn't just like, I'm woke and I hate jokes that make me go, I don't like it. I'm trying to contextualize it.
My humor's dark. And like so much so that I can't even like, I probably won't even talk about some of the comedians that I've, enjoyed. That's how bad it is sometimes.
Yeah.
So I like good comedy.
Joe Rogan said Trump should hire Hinchcliffe to write bangers about his political opponents.
No, not my own comedy. Okay. No, not my own shit.
Okay. Let's just move on from your analysis before people start trying to figure out who you were actually listening to and then like try to.
No, they're all very famous comedians.
Okay, stop. It doesn't matter.
Stavros, there's one.
It would behoove him to hire a few great comics to just tour with him and just write one-liners about all these different people.
I mean,
if he could remember them, I know he likes to go off his own head, but if he could remember a few Hinchcliffe bangers, if he hires Hinchcliffe to take him on the road,
like it's so bad. It's just like, this is propped up exclusively by friendship. Okay. It's a bubble. This right here, the Joe Rogan like inner circle, is just a bubble. And it's perhaps its greatest evidence that it's propped up by a bubble is the fact that even Joe Rogan's immediate fans, like his most ride or die fans, cannot stand Brendan Schaub, but Joe still has him on all the time. They can't stand him. Like even they're like, dude, stop. He sucks. Okay. That's it. This is something that most comedians, and I'm friends with a ton, okay? Most comedians don't want to disturb that bubble, okay? Because Joe is, in many respects, a kingmaker, okay? He really is. He is. You go on his podcast, you're going to get swarmed with love, okay, and attention. People are going to go watch your podcast. You can have an entire media career off of just appearing on the Joe Rogan Experience. He basically holds the keys to the castle in that regard. The problem is Tony Hinchcliffe is a great example of this. Like, he's just not that good. He's just not that good. Kill Tony's a great comedy show that could be just as great without Tony. No, it would be better without Tony Hinchcliffe. Kill Tony as a format is fantastic. The worst aspect of Kill Tony is Tony Hinchcliffe. Straight up. It is a great structure. You have a bunch of new comics that have never actually been able to do like stand up, sitting in front of a live audience, which rarely ever happens for them. And also on top of that, sitting in front of famous comedians that then literally look at their tight five and shit on it. Like it's great. It's a great structure. It's a great structure in general. The problem is it's owned as a media property by Tony Hinchcliffe. It's not even a tight five, it's a tight one. Yeah. So anyway, but Joe still props him up nonstop.
Do you know how insane that would be?
Yeah, dude.
Hinchcliffe writing bangers for Trump to shit on people. Trump was smart. He would hire shit.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Felix says there should be an Enron type investigations about the Tony Hinchcliffe bubble. They should haul Rogan in front of Congress and ask him under oath if he's ever sat through an entire Kill Tony that he wasn't a guest on and how many times he laughed if he did. Anyway, Kill Tony has rare funny moments, and the funny moments are almost entirely not Tony Hinchcliffe being funny. It's mostly Shane Gillis. Yes. Kill Tony also got like a massive boost from the Shane Gillis appearances, like where he's doing Trump. Everyone, every dumb guy I know, every normie I know is always like, yo, you see that Kill Tony episode with Shane Gillis? He's so funny. It's so funny. And it's like, yeah, that is funny because Shane is funny. Tony Hinchcliffe is not. But you can't even say this because don't expect Shane Gillis to also come out and be like, yeah, Kill Tony is great. Or don't expect like any of your favorite comedians that have been on Kill Tony to come out and shit on Tony Hinchcliffe anyway. Because that's not going to happen either because it's a bubble. It's like tight knit, okay? It's very cliquey. So Mark Maron put out a whole statement, my woke king. He wrote, the anti-woke flank of the new fascism is being driven almost exclusively by comics, my peers. Whether or not they are self-serving or true believers of new fascism is unimportant. They are the movement. Whether they see themselves as acolytes or just comics doesn't matter. Whether they are driven by the idea that what they are fighting for a free speech issue or whether they are truly morally bankrupt racist doesn't matter. They are part of the public face of a fascist political movement that seeks to destroy the democratic idea. When comedians with podcasts have shameless, self-proclaimed white supremacists and fascists on their show to joke around like they are just entertainers or even just politicians, all it does is humanize and normalize fascism. When someone uses their platform for that reason, they are facilitating anti-American sentiment and promoting violent autocracy. That's it. It's a good take. You won't be surprised to find out there's Tony bits about Palestine that's just as bad.
Palestine, we're all thinking the same thing. Settle your stuff already. Best out of 3. Rock, paper, scissors. You know the Palestinians are going to throw rock every time. But you also know the Jews have a hard time throwing that paper. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, brother. Go back. Go back to the writing room, dude. Tony's other racist joke.
Heck yeah, it's a cool black guy with a thing on his head. What the hell is that, a lampshade? Look at this guy. Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm just kidding, that's one of my buddies. He had a Halloween party last night. We had fun, we carved watermelons together. It was awesome.
Oh, brother, this stinks. Oh, black guy, watermelon. Oh, this is sick, man. You're really reaching. You're really opening up new avenues with this joke.
Didn't the Trump administration come out and distance themselves?
I don't know. I'm sure they might.
I think they came out, was that like a fake tweet or something? Didn't they come out with a statement saying that they were like, it doesn't represent the views of the Trump administration or something like that?
Yeah, they also tried to say that it wasn't vetted at first, and then it came out that it definitely was vetted. Yeah.
Trump's.
Yeah, this is from the Bulwark, Mark A. Capito. Trump's shock comic was set to call Harris a Tony Hinchcliffe said at Madison Square Garden wasn't great for the campaign. It could have been much worse. It's wild that Donald Trump is objectively funnier than the comics that he has on, which is crazy. Like Donald Trump knows not to say those things. You know what I mean? Donald Trump is a massive racist, okay? And even he's like, watermelon jokes, that's a bit too far, don't you think, Tony?
Sad.
Don't do that
Very
one.
sad.
I don't like it.
It's a little racist, don't you think? It's very sad. Look at my African-American friend over there.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. Trump would have comics that are less funny than him. That's such a demo. Oh my God, you're right. He was doing diva shit. He was like, I don't want an opener to outflank me. He would be funnier. I don't want someone opening for me to be funnier. I don't want it.
That's so funny.
That's great. That's what it is. Yeah. Abdul. Oh, when I do the bit about Abdul, that kills every time. Every time I show him his photo of his house, I say, Abdul.
Al-Baghdadi.
Yes, Abdul.
He died like a dog.
Yeah. That's cool. His set was so insane. Part of me makes me think he's playing a character. No. Yeah. Don't get that Shane Gillis on. He's funny, but I don't like it.
Oh, dude, Shane Gillis' Trump was...
Yeah. He doesn't like me very much. He makes a funny jokes, but
Shane Gillis' Trump.
I don't sound like that.
Maybe be my favorite Trump impression is Shane Gillis' Trump.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just like, and he goes on Kill Tony, and then everyone's like, oh, I guess Tony Hinchcliffe is funny by osmosis. Like, that's not how this works, man.
No, he was
that's not how that works.
He was getting carried.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great. Good stuff. Good stuff from Tony Hinchcliffe. Absolute banger. My man is tanking the campaign personally.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I was saying before you got in here, how like insane it is to tank that style of joke in front of an audience like that.
Yeah, you got the most racist Deborahs and Hanks from Long Island. Like you got the Thin Blue Line crowd, okay? Everyone's looking like a bag of potatoes out there in the crowd. They're like, yeah.
They're ready
and
for
even they're not like, oh man, that wasn't that funny. I've heard way funnier racist jokes.
Yeah.
Do a better bit.
Hours later, Puerto Rican superstar Bad Bunny reshared a video from Vice President Harris's campaign, posted earlier in the day to his nearly 46.
See, this is an example of a funny joke that's kind of racist. Puerto Rico's trash, spreads crazy rumors about Haitians, can't accept his skin color, green card marriage, is Trump our first Dominican president? That's like, see, there you go. You can make it work, okay? You can make it work. See, if Tony Hinchcliffe said that, people would like that. People would laugh at that. Actually, maybe that crowd would be like, I don't understand. I've never met a Dominican.
I didn't get the joke, and I didn't get it. And
that was a
little too highbrow for me.
Yeah. See. Okay. Well,
see, I've been that is
a good joke. That is actually a good joke.
All right. Okay.
Oh man. Anthony Jeselnik, famously edgy comedian, likes to quote Andy Warhol, art is getting away with it. Even Seinfeld dropped the whole like woke is killing comedy bit. Like that's the other part of this. Like Seinfeld has never really been funny, also carried by funnier people. That's the secret. Okay. There are a lot of incredibly successful quote unquote comics out there, and they have had an entire career getting carried by funnier people than them. Okay. Seinfeld was carried by Larry David. Straight up, significantly funnier. There's always a guy, and sometimes that guy doesn't actually make it in the way that Larry David did, so you never even hear about it. Okay?
I mean like this. I welcome migrants to the United States of America with open arms. And by open arms, I mean like this. It's wild.
Boo, this guy stinks.
What's more embarrassing is the tweet, like what the guy said in the tweet. Did you see what he said in the tweet?
Oh yeah, no, he's joking. He's saying the right is starting to get better at comedy and is making the lefties nervous. That's a meme from like way back in the day. I think it was Paul Joseph Watson who first said that.
Oh.
There's a couple things from like the early Trump era that have stuck, which is the right is starting to get better at comedy and it's making the lefties nervous. And then the other one is conservatism is punk rock. Neither is true, but you know, Republicans like to fantasize about it.
They love making babies too, just know that.
What?
It's wild. And these Latinos, they love making babies too, just know that. They do. They do. There's no pulling out. They don't do that. They come inside, just like they did to our country.
Dude, this is really bad, man. Like, this is really bad. Like, I don't know how. This would bomb at like a small comedy club. Like,
okay,
okay.
Are you ready? Five head take. Joe Rogan secretly in a tank for Kamala Harris. Does this interview with Donald Trump specifically to get Donald Trump to have Tony Hinchcliffe as his opener. Tony Hinchcliffe bombs so hard. That is the real October surprise. That is the real third assassination attempt. That is actually assassinating the Trump campaign with these bits.
Because there's no way Trump looks at this and finds this funny. He's probably pissed.
This is so bad.
He's probably pissed, right?
This is like, I cannot look at this as anything but deliberate sabotage. Okay? You cannot view this in any other framework, dude. This has to be deliberate sabotage because holy moly, this sucks, dude. Latinos love to come. They never pull out. Or just like they came into our country. Oh my God, that's so bad. That's so bad, dude.
And he wrote it. That's what's crazy. He wrote it. I don't think that was improvised. He's reading off of something he wrote.
This is so bad, brother. This is, oh my God.
Republicans are the party with a good sense of humor.
Oh, come on.
It's crazy. I'm losing it. It's so bad, dude. He has like Elon Musk level stage presence there. It's awesome. What happened here?
So, before I create this piece of art, I would just like to give the art world a little something. I got it here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Bam!
What the is this guy?
Who the hell is he?
What is this guy? Okay, I need to see more. I need to watch the whole rally, dude. I think this rally is just like wall to wall fantastic. Bam! How you doing? F you, I'm the painter.
You.
Yeah, much like Adolf Hitler, all right? Yeah, me and him, we went both. We did paintings. I'm telling my kid that's Bruce Springsteen. The pizza party guy give his pizza. What is this? What? He's the guy who does the same painting at every Trump rally? Wait, I need to see more of this shit, dude. This is fire.
Today.
Okay, this stuff is boring. All right, get to the fun shit.
They lied of him raising his face. Step forward 9 years ago and say,
I mean,
who is that?
Who is this?
Yeah,
Stephen Miller.
His campaign guy, campaign manager.
Stephen Miller wrote most of Trump's immigration policy. He is a straight up Nazi. He's Jewish. He is a Santa Monica native, as a matter of fact. Yeah, he is Donald Trump's like Goebbels, basically. Wait, what?
This is the New York pizza party. Give us pizza or give us death.
This man was infuriated when he found out his home state of New York was banning coal oven pizzerias. That's the guy.
The woke.
Why do they all? Why do they all look like this?
Oh no!
Remember what I told you about like active MAGA cultists? Like they just have this very weird vibe. Okay, something doesn't add up. Like they almost always look like they're doing performance art. Okay.
I'll be honest. Pizza sounds good right now.
I'm kind of hungry too.
Anyway.
Like there's just always like a air of nervousness and panic. There's just something going on.
Idiots who run this city are doing everything in their power to destroy it. We have naked men with their titties bouncing around all over the city yesterday, in public, in front of children. We have the most violent, raging crime rate ever. We are being invaded by illegal immigrants who are being treated way better than our homeless veterans, our teachers, and first responder heroes who were fired.
That doesn't exist anymore. They moved them all into if this is what I think it is. It's actually probably not. This is the VA, next to the VA near Brentwood.
Who were fired, still not compensated because they didn't take the Fauci injection. Our city's...
Yeah, Antonio Fauci, real piece of shit, that guy. Yeah, he wanted to make all of us gay and autistic. I didn't take the vaccine. COVID fried my brain. Forget about it. Yeah. Now you done did it, you folks. Yeah. Give me pizza or give me death over here. Real. Any conservatives in New York City must be in a tough spot. They can't stay there. It's a lost city. Yeah. Unsurprisingly, New York City didn't ban cold pizza ovens. They're trying to get 100 restaurants to add devices that capture particulate emissions.
Say enough, no more. America gets its future back. And what?
He is like actively one of the biggest Nazis in the Trump administration, or was. Like you remember child deterrence or child separation as a deterrence policy, like kids in cages?
Yes, yeah.
He wrote that.
Oh.
Like that was his plan.
Real stand-up guy,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. He's a straight up white supremacist. Like
Jesus Christ.
Let's see what kind of cool things he had to say. Wait, let's just look at having a normal one. Almost every speaker at this rally claimed that they tried to kill Trump. Rudy has a Howard Dean moment. Oh, Rudy had some crazy moments in it too. But let's see what else Stephen Miller had to say.
After lawsuit, after libel, lawsuit after lawsuit. They tried to jail him. They tried to bankrupt him. They tried to imprison him. And they even tried to take his life with not one, but 2 assassination attempts. And let me after libel.
They're really stretching on the second one. They're really stretching it.
Yeah. The second one doesn't count, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
The cartels are gone. The criminal migrants are gone. The gangs are gone. America is for Americans and Americans only. One man. And that man, ladies and gentlemen, that man took a bullet for you. He took a bullet for democracy.
Like he didn't even take a bullet. Shut up, bitch. Like you can't claim he took a bullet, dude. It barely grazed his ear. Like get the fuck out of here. Oh God.
Who's that?
This is Brian Johnson or Brian Donaldson. He's a Florida guy.
Great.
He's the Florida congressperson. He's the new crop of like black Republican
Florida's so cooked.
Whose job or Byron, sorry, not Brian.
I never thought I'd see a day that Texas was less conservative than the state of Florida.
What? No, that's not true.
I stand by this. I'm not saying Texas is going to go blue, but Texas is going to vote to the left of Florida.
Byron Donalds.
You heard it here.
Byron Donald.
I think Texas is going to vote to the left of Florida. I'm not saying Texas is not turning blue for the record, okay? But I think Texas is going to vote to the left of Florida.
Oh, you're saying Florida is going to be like plus 20 red, whereas Texas is going to be like plus 10.
Yes.
Like, okay.
That's what I mean.
I don't know. I don't know what the latest polls look like, but you might be right. Like, I think Colin Oliver has a better shot.
Yes.
100%. Like, but that's also because Ted Cruz sucks. He's just so bad.
I was in Mrs. Chat and it was a little bit testy when I was talking about like other issues, but when I talked about Ted Cruz, it was unanimous. That's how I got Ms. to the polls.
You did?
He's not politically involved. I was like, you remember the guy that up your power in 2021.
And then
he's like, he was the guy. I'm going to vote against him. That's what he did.
That's like that.
That's
actually,
what he said.
that actually is like a very that actually is a very solid line. I think against Ted Cruz. Like he is Cancun Cruz. He escaped to Cancun when you didn't have power.
He didn't even know what his name was. He's like, is that the guy that went to Cancun?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's the guy. Go vote against him. I was like, that guy.
Yeah, everybody hates him. He probably still will. I hope he loses. I really do. I hope he loses.
I saw a poll that said they were tied, but I don't know how accurate that is.
All right. Let's.
It's probably not. It's like a C-rated pollster.
This was
It's not very.
That's
good.
when you know. That's when you know you're cooked. Grant Cardone is insane. He apparently has some violent. What was the line that he said? You showed me where I was like, "What the? Why is?" Grant Cardone went nutty mode. I didn't even know he had that dog in him. Like I know he's like a right-wing guy, but and his wife is like doing a super PAC for Donald Trump. But I had no idea that he was like this insane. He says he had some of the hottest takes on the podium.
No, this is complete gone. Not even her simp Mark Cuban can sell this. Even Marky Boy says this would destroy the global economy and take the USA down with it. Ladies and gentlemen, Kamala Harris is the least qualified candidate to ever run for any political office in American history. She makes her boss look competent. She's a fake. I'm not here to invalidate her. She's a fake, a fraud. She's a pretender. Her and her pimp handlers will destroy our country.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
I think people.
That is crazy.
I think people should be scared to say stuff like this.
That
Is that controversial? Like,
no, it's not.
And I don't mean like physical violence or whatever. I'm not saying that at all. But like, you should be. If you're not going to be embarrassed by statements like this, you should at least be like afraid that people are going to look at you and be like, "Oh, you're like a massive racist."
People have been spending so much time on Twitter and in their algorithm that they think that you can go out and say stuff like this.
Like, what the is going on, man? What is happening? Like, I just
they think that there's so many like-minded people around them that they feel like everybody feels this way, but they're in a fake place. Twitter isn't a real place.
I know, but like
most people would listen to that and be like, "Holy, that's crazy."
There's more. This is where he says the slaughter thing.
They will. They've already crippled the dollar, manufactured inflation, imported a virus, censored your voices, funded transgender surgeries, and made empty promises to the middle class for 50 years. This election has to be more than a victory. It needs to be a landslide. We need to slaughter this other people. We need to bring 100 million votes to Donald Trump.
What the?
Oh, I can't wait till these cocksuckers lose.
Dude, what the
God.
fuck?
I want them to lose so bad.
Dude, that is... I mean, this is a Nazi rally, dude. This is straight up. That is nuts, dude.
That I just use a homophobic.
I mean, you did, but it's got such cocksucker has such good mouthfeel.
I know, it's so good.
It's such a good one, dude.
It's such a great one. I'm sorry.
Also, it's not just like gay people that suck penis.
Yeah, it's
true.
know? That's true. That's true.
So it's also misogynistic.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
those are the two primary groups.
You did do that. You did do that. I sometimes say it too, because it's such a it's a bar.
It's good. It's weird, yeah, because he probably don't even suck cock like I do. It's just so weird.
Not 74, not 81, 100 million votes.
This is just dumb guy shit.
Can you do it?
No, you can't. No, you can't. You can't do it. Okay.
We need to slaughter them.
Do it.
So yeah, here is
it's statistically it's just not even possible.
Here is Rudolph Giuliani, America's mayor. He had some bars too.
He started to look like an animated old guy. Like if you were to animate an old guy.
I love his little tie that he's wearing. He's probably shilling some coffee too. Like, come on, buy my coffee. At RudolphGiuliani.com. Come on, I'm bankrupt. I had to sell my condominium. My New York penthouse, I had to sell it.
Hamas is
Broke boy. Oh, he came in hot.
Hamas is not there for us. Iran is not there for us. They want to.
You know what's crazy about these guys that are like so unconditionally pro-Israel? They also are like unimaginably anti-Semitic. Remember Rudolph Giuliani? He was like, he said a whole bunch of shit about Jewish people. Let me see if I can find some of his choice words, okay?
Are you ordering food, by the way?
Not yet, because the restaurant doesn't open yet.
Okay, I'm gonna order mine. Chick-fil-A's open.
Giuliani maligns Jews and women in transcript filed in harassment case.
Jesus Christ.
He had like a really funny line about the Red Sea. I love that one. That was actually kind of funny. Transcript cut out there. It was not clear whether Giuliani elaborated. In another portion, he engaged in a derisive discussion of the size of Jewish men's genitals. Mr. Kelton wrote in a filing accompanying the transcripts that they were replete with provably false assertions. What? Where is it? Where the he was saying that like Jews, he says, they want to go through that friggin' Passover all the time. Man, oh man, get over the Passover. It was like 3,000 years ago. Okay, the Red Sea parted. Big deal. Not the first time that happened. That is the funniest thing to say about Moses. Like, first of all, not only does this assume that Moses did actually part the Red Sea, okay, like physically he did that. That was a real thing that occurred. But also that it is actually something that has happened multiple times. Okay? Like, you can't write that. That's funnier than anything Tony Hinchcliffe has ever said in his entire life. Okay? Oh, big deal. It's happened multiple times. It's so commonplace. Didn't he say something about Italian dicks versus Jewish dicks? Yeah, he did. He said that Jewish men have small penises, but Italian men have big penises or something like that too. Yeah. Who amongst us hasn't part of the Red Sea? What the Anyway. The broader context of his Matt Damon is 5'2", he says, adding inexplicably, eyes are blue, coochie coochie coo. He's gonna get Chick-fil-A. You want some Chick-fil-A? As a ginger, it happens every time I part my hair in the middle. Nice. CNN explaining why some jokes are funny and some are not to Vivek. Yeah, Vivek knows.
You sure? You don't want anything else? Here, take seriously whatever you want. Please don't hold back.
Yeah, he's rich, bro. He's rich.
Yeah,
like trust me.
I mean, I've been. No, I'm
no,
not,
he's rich. He's rich as dude.
I do well for myself.
Run his pockets, okay? Run his pockets.
Hasan doesn't want to tell you this. I've been making more money for longer than Hasan has for a long time.
Hamas is not there for us. Iran is not there for us. They want to kill us. And the Palestinians are taught to kill us at 2 years old. They won't.
That's crazy.
Like it's so insane that he's saying this, right? Like when you remove the context of it, you're like, wow, that's an unimaginably racist thing to say. But you want a drink or anything, fries? It's also funny. Like the idea that a group of individuals like Palestinians are taught to kill Americans at the age of 2 is such a funny line. I'm sorry.
No fries.
I can't take it seriously.
No fries. Yeah.
They're learning to kill Americans at 2 years old. What the?
They won't let a Palestinian in Jordan. They won't let a Palestinian in Egypt. And Harris
That's also ridiculous. Half of the Jordanian population is Palestinian.
wants to bring them to you. They may have good people. I'm sorry, I don't take a risk with people that are taught to kill Americans at 2. I'm on the side of Israel.
Why is he so like beholden to that line that they like? Who told him this? Did he not think about this? Like has he not had a 2-year-old child at a certain point? Like he has children. He knows what a 2-year-old does. 2-year-olds are like pissing in their pants and shit. Like, what do you mean? Like, why two? Why didn't he just say like, oh, they learn to hate America by the time they become teenagers or some shit? Like, why specifically two? Because he repeats it again. Because he's like, specifically at the age of 2, Palestinians learn to hate America. Bold of you to assume he actually took care of them. Yeah, that's true.
You're on the side of Israel. Donald Trump's on the side of Israel. And they're on the side of the terrorists.
Yeah, America first, by the way.
Hamas is not there for us. Iran.
More Islamophobia, the Trump rally. Oh, there's some choice moments. Oh, this one was crazy too. This guy's out of his mind. We'll get to that in a second. Hold on. We did the slaughter one. There's more. Now they're trying to kill him. They called Kamala Harris the Antichrist, the devil. Contrast between Harris event in Philadelphia. Byron Donalds comes out to John Cena music. Mike Johnson lies that the Democrats are full on Marxism.
This is not your father's Democratic Party. They are now full on to Marxism and socialism. They don't envision for us to save the founding principles and the greatest nation in the history of the world.
Doesn't this guy monitor his son's porn usage?
Yeah, he does.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the normal guy, by the way.
Gotcha, yeah.
Like,
that's what I thought.
That's the funniest part about this is like that Mike Johnson's supposed to be like the buttoned up guy.
Yeah.
He is
He's
the guy.
guy.
Yeah, buttoned up.
They monitor each other's porn
Yeah,
usage.
his son monitors his porn usage as well.
Makes sense.
Yeah, cool.
What a
cool
fucking
stuff.
weirdo.
No, I like he exudes this like very weird energy. I feel like he's the type of dude who like if he finds himself like around a woman that's not his wife that he like even remotely thinks is attractive, he goes back home and just like whips himself. Like at the end of the day, he's like, "Oh, it's time for my punishment." Like, I don't know why. I'm almost certain of it. I like it's just that is exactly the vibes that he puts out.
He probably calls it. Yeah, he probably calls her to tell her too.
Yeah,
that he found somebody else attractive.
You know, he is definitely a self-flagellator. Yes.
What they envision for us is that we would be some sort of European-style Marxist borderless utopia. We all know that's a dangerous fool's errand. This is not your father's
European style.
Yeah, European. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be really bad if we got
It'd be
healthcare.
terrible. Have you been to Europe? It's a wasteland.
Yeah, it's always on fire.
Yeah, it's a wasteland.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Bro gives me Ned Flanders, but Nazi vibes, yes.
By the way, we didn't choose the name for that by random. Merit Street Media. This country was built on hard work, added
slavery, indigenous genocide, and a whole bunch of racist anti-immigration sentiment after we used and abused other groups of migrants as well.
Value and talent, not on equal outcome, not on DEI. This country was built on hard work.
Well,
by the way,
you skipped a few places there.
Dr. Phil got a job from Oprah and he's against DEI. Yeah, dude, this is, don't remind me, okay? That is, yeah. Oprah unleashed this demon upon us, okay? I will never forgive her for that, nor will I forget. Yeah.
Watched Dr. Phil when I came home from school.
This country was built on hard work and merit. That's why I love Donald Trump, who worked very hard, bankrupt 6 of his businesses, and got hundreds of millions of dollars from his daddy. Oh, so this was an insane one. Howard Lutnick, CEO of Cantor Fitzgerald and co-chair of Trump's transition team at MSG rally.
So, the first thing, we must elect Donald J. Trump president because we must crush jihad!
What year is it? What year is it?
It's nuts. It's nuts. I don't know what year it is, but for them it's 2001.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, it's November of it is November of 2001 right now. It's not November of 2024.
Jesus Christ.
We must crush jihad. God damn, dude. My dad's response to this thread of rally clips, I don't understand why the media keeps covering Trump and then turning around things, doing things like running the top of the hour ad breaks is completely backwards. Okay, we're not running ad breaks, but that was a good one regardless, okay? From this point out until the end of the election, you're going to get an ad-free broadcasting experience. However, you can still subscribe. Subscribing allows you to be able to send me links, for example, and many other emotes and whatnot that you can use around the platform. That's right. Now that my contract is up, no more ads.
Your contract's up?
Yep. Well, I mean, it's over. No more contracts. Why? Do you have one?
Oh, I did. Mine's up too. I did.
You did?
Swear to God, yeah, I had a 2-year one.
Wait, what the you literally are...
There were no streaming hours tied. Well, there were. I just never hit any of them.
That's funny.
I never hit any of them. No, but I had like a... Yeah, I had a deal. Oh, yeah.
You can and still should subscribe for $6 or for free with a Twitch Prime, or you can get gifted a sub as well.
You know, I probably should have hit those hourly requirements.
Maybe.
I wonder what those bonuses were. I got to look back at that.
Let's continue. All right, so we got more. We got more from the rally. There was the other. I think this was the same guy. He had some insane things that he said. Like, is that the guy that called it a Nazi rally? Like, directly, he was like, I just got back. What the is this, bro? Dude, every moment, every frame of painting. Every frame of painting, dude. Every moment of this rally is insane. Kamagala, thank you for the 5 gifted subs.
Media out there who won't show my story or won't back Donald Trump. I love you, Donald. God bless America, and God bless the United States of America.
Wait, God bless America and God bless the United States of America. Dude, he's nuts, dude. Oh, this was, yeah. I want to see the full one, though. I don't want to see just this part. I want to see the full clip. I want to see the full clip. I don't want to see just like the 17-second version of this, because the full clip's even more nutty. Here, radio host Sid Rosenberg, who called Doug Emhoff a crappy Jew at Trump's MSG rally. So I think Sid Rosenberg, is Sid Rosenberg the guy who like did the led the Orthodox Jewish like revolt during COVID lockdowns? Is that the same guy? I think that was the guy, was it not? He had like they actually surrounded Jacob Kornbluth's house during COVID, because Jacob Kornbluth was doing reporting on the but I don't know if it was Sid Rosenberg. It might have been someone else.
So, I just got back from Israel about 2 weeks ago. They love Trump in Israel, just so you know, they love him. They love him and Bibi, they love them both.
Oh, what about that?
I'm in Israel and...
No, they do love Trump. They love Trump more than they like Bibi.
Yeah, they don't like Bibi, though, from what I understand, right? His approval rating is pretty low, isn't it?
They like him a lot more now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were, since he started doing bombing campaigns in Gaza and in Lebanon, like a lot of people have warmed up to him again.
Oh, Jesus.
Had the opportunity to break the Yom Kippur fast with Bibi Netanyahu. What an amazing night that was. Cried with Israelis in the streets. They listen to me from Jerusalem. They really do this. Like all of you listen to me, all of you. I get back and they go, Sid, you want to speak at this MSG thing? I go, sure. Out of character for me to speak at a Nazi rally. I was just in Israel, but I took...
That's crazy.
That's a crazy thing to say.
He just like openly is like, I'm at a Nazi rally, but hey, we've done crazier things, you know. Hey, how you doing?
Did anybody laugh? I want to hear what the audience...
The gig.
They didn't even laugh.
Back and they go, Sid.
Because he's just stating a fact. He's like, yeah, it's a Nazi rally. Yeah.
You want to speak at this MSG thing? I go, sure. Out of character for me to speak at a Nazi rally. I was just in Israel, but I took the gig. She is some sick bastard, that Hillary Clinton, huh? What a sick son of a bitch. The whole party, a bunch of degenerates.
Oh my God.
Low-lives, Jew haters, and low-lives.
Oh my God.
Every one of them. Every one of them.
What the fuck did...
Look at my city. Look at my city. Yes, this building is beautiful. You're all beautiful. Look at you.
Are they? Maybe you can't see from up there. I don't know. I think he's joking about it. Yes, I know he's joking about it. Megaphonics, thank you for describing the joke. Yes, I know he's joking about it. I don't think he legitimately thinks he's at a Nazi rally. I know. I was also joking about his joke. Okay. Yes, he is implying that liberals call it a Nazi rally. I did not think that this man is literally like, I just got back from Israel and now I'm at a Nazi rally. I've seen a lot of Trump rallies. I've watched a lot. As you guys know, I'm the #1 stan. Okay. I got the hat to prove it. And goddamn, is this not the most insane one? This is somehow the objectively most insane Trump rally he's ever had. And it's really interesting because it proves my point that I repeat all the time. There is nothing more nutty than a right-wing Republican in a blue enclave, okay? Like in a blue state. They are straight piping Nazi ideology. Like these guys are unironically more insane than conservatives in Texas, more insane than conservatives in Arkansas. They are the backbone. They are the most likely to be the brown shirts. They'll never do it, but because they're too fat and lazy, but they are the guys. They are the ones who are like primed ideologically. Okay.
But you can't walk outside past about 10 o'clock at night here. If you're a pretty woman like my beautiful wife Danielle out there somewhere, you get punched across the face. Just for walking down the street.
Look, hold on.
Yeah.
Can I say something?
Yeah, people are there's an epidemic of face punching.
Y'all, I am the most like skittish person when it comes to walking in cities. You know this, right?
Yes.
Tell them.
I've talked about it quite frequently.
Yeah, how skittish I am.
Austin is like I was actually talking to him about this as well earlier this morning. I was telling him about how like you showed me the conversation that we had when we heard firecrackers outside and then you heard like cop cars and shit.
Yeah.
And your freak out moment made me understand that no matter how progressive someone is, okay, and you're a very progressive guy.
Yeah.
If you live in the suburbs, okay, you have no idea what it's like to live in a city.
Yeah.
And you literally freak the fuck out over like normal city shit. This man heard firecrackers and then heard like first responders like passing by. He heard like sirens. It was a cop siren. And he freaked the fuck out. He was like, oh my God, I got to get on my like Nextdoor app or whatever, Citizen app to see what the fuck's going on.
And
it's like,
I've grown up in such privilege that I don't even know what a gunshot sounds like.
But also I was trying to explain to him like, dude, I live in a city.
Yeah.
Like this is the most normal thing. Like there is not like this is not unique at all. Like hearing police sirens is the most normal thing. You hear it 1,000 times a day.
So my point is, what Hasan says is the ridiculousness of what this guy said. I went to New York City and I was walking around smoking a joint in like at nighttime. Like just freely walking around on the streets. New York City at night is a beautiful place to walk around.
Yeah, dude. It's not
granted, like I don't think you should walk alone anywhere, right? No matter what.
No, you're fine. You're fine everywhere.
Right, see, maybe that's my suburban side coming out.
You're fine everywhere, but especially in cities. You're surrounded by other people.
I think you should be safe, and I think you should walk in pairs. I think that's a good thing to do. I think you should definitely. Yeah, like I don't think that's.
It's fine everywhere. If you're around a shit ton of people, even if you are alone, you are safe.
Practice, yeah.
This is something that I cannot explain to people who have like, spent their entire lives in like suburban enclaves that like, no, there is safety being around other people. Okay. And it's not like a man moment. Like I understand why women are uncomfortable walking around alone, whether it is at night or any other time during the day. But my point is, when you live in a city, and there are plenty of women who live in cities in this audience that will reiterate this as well, there is safety in numbers. People don't understand that because shit that is like super normal place, like super normal in cities, if it were to happen in the suburb, you'd be like, what the f- is going on? This is scary stuff. If you hear sirens in your suburbs, you're probably gonna be like, oh my God, something crazy is happening.
I understand my position comes with a lot of privilege. I am white passing.
You're white, man. Just say you're white.
Kidding. I'm just kidding. Look, I'm Lebanese, but I'm obviously white. Okay, it's very clear. Okay.
Stop trying to flex in front of Los Angeles Times.
I just want them to know I'm Lebanese. Okay. Yeah. You probably didn't even notice. No. No, I'm white.
You're embarrassing me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Safety and staying in my room all the time. If a man doesn't kill me, then social anxiety will. Yeah, it's just there is like if you've grown up in cities, if you ever lived in a city, then you know that there is a level of safety provided to you by being around other people. Okay, that's it. And most people don't recognize that, and they mistake like a lot of the other things that happen when you live around a ton of people, like the increased presence of crime, for example, and they mistake that for like bedlam.
Did that. Bill de Blasio, Eric Adams, shitty Democrat mayors. Andrew Cuomo, Kathy Hochul, shitty Democrat governors.
What's so crazy to me is that... never mind.
You got...
It's like beating a dead horse, but Republicans used to not say the quiet part out loud.
Over 200,000 subscribers flee Washington Post after Bezos blocks Harris endorsement is crazy. That is crazy. God damn. God damn, dude. If I saw whoever this dude is on stage out at night walking, I would feel incredibly threatened. Yeah, he's the scarier presence here. Anyway, that's almost 10% of their overall subscription numbers. That is nutty, dude. Hasan missed Rudy's best moment.
There's no place in America the president shouldn't be able to come.
What?
Shouldn't be able to come?
That's weird. Okay. We got a level 2 hype train. Let's go. Now I know why he ran for president. Yeah, he wanted to come everywhere in America. He's going for the Gooner vote, dude. Respect. What is happening in the world, dude?
What is Vivek saying?
He's just probably being a slimy little dipshit. It's not Wyatt. Thank you for the... It's why, not Wyatt. Thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Abi niye teröristlik yapıyorsun? Okay. I love getting called a terrorist by Americans and also Turks alike.
Oh, I didn't know what he said. I just wanted to
Oh, no, he was saying, why are you doing terrorism?
Oh.
What's the point of being president if I can't goon in the Lincoln bedroom? I think they let you do it.
Wait, could you like be a president and like
Unholy truck? Thank you for the 5 gifted.
Could you have an open relationship as a president of the free world?
Maybe. Harris is leading by 15 points in New York, and here's Vivek saying New York is a swing state.
The gays in there are like, girl, no.
Don't you want a president who's going to make America healthy against his RFK Jr.? Tucker Carlson has some moments.
No.
And Tucker Carlson has some choice moments as well.
Oh, JFK did? Yeah, true.
He did. And they punished him for it. They punished him for, dude, that was the real reason.
When are we going to have our first gay president?
We have had it.
I mean, Trump was kind of gay.
Trump is literally asexual biromantic.
Yeah, he is.
And
so
also,
gay.
Abe Lincoln was bisexual as well.
True. But like
we've
openly
had
openly gay president.
Yeah.
Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the next president of the United
Okay,
States.
here, play these clips. I got
There's not one moment I've ever been with him off camera where he's spending his time grousing about people he hates. Ever. He's talking about the people and the country he loves in his private time.
Wait, we all see him in his private time. He's tweeting about people that he hates. What are you talking about?
Trust me. And people know.
Oh, yeah, Tucker,
in a
we're going to
country
trust
that's
you.
been taken over.
Isn't this the same guy that came out with a story about how Obama was gay and interviewed the guy that allegedly had sex with him? Oh, come the fuck on. Trust you? Give me a break.
By a leadership class that actually despises them and their values and their history and their culture and their customs, really hates them to the point that it's trying to replace them. And there's not one moment I've ever been with him off camera where he's spending his time grousing about people he hates. Ever.
Yeah.
He's talking about the people and the country he loves in his private time. Trust me.
Oh, yeah.
And people know in a country that has been taken over by a leadership class that actually despises them and their values and their history and their culture and their customs, really hates them.
I just don't understand this whole idea. Like, why do people think that, like, Trump isn't a part of the class that he's describing right now. Like, he's literally a billionaire. He's a billionaire. Like, what the f-? And Tucker Carlson is insanely wealthy himself, right? Like, what do you mean he's got your best interest at heart? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't get it.
This is the longest that Chick-fil-A's taken.
Yeah, it was like I think I ordered from like a far one.
Yeah.
It's like here though.
Is it outside right now?
I'm gonna go get it.
I can open the door. Class consciousness is dead in America. That's why.
To the point that it's trying to replace them.
There's not a moment I've ever been with him off camera where he's spending his time grousing about people he hates. Ever, trust me. Tucker Carlson with one of the most shameless comments of all time. The liberation has to wait.
In the deepest and truest sense. And the liberation he has brought to us is the liberation from the obligation to tell lies. Donald Trump has made it possible for the rest of us to tell the truth about the world around us.
Oh, this is about him being racist. Like, he's saying, you know, the dog whistles are off, so we can just be honest. He's not wrong. I mean, Donald Trump did unshackle the unrestricted racist sentiment, especially towards immigrants. And it comes from the same exact place of anti-black white supremacy as well. It's the exact same type of white supremacy. Yeah. I mean, this entire rally is proof of that. This entire rally has been proof of that exact sentiment. That's what the f is up right now. Post World War II Nazi rally all over again. Kaya, place. What do you think you're doing, huh? Walking around. Yeah, we're gonna do the burned ballot boxes too. Don't worry.
And that's the single most liberating thing you can do for people. If you want to enslave people, if you want to degrade them, force them to tell lies. And they have. They force.
Yeah, make coffee great again. Trump Gold Blend on the side. That's what makes it even funnier.
Just to lie about everything at gunpoint, effectively. They put people in prison for refusing to lie. And not just the obvious lies that men can become women or Vladimir Putin blew up the Nord Stream pipeline. No, honestly, he did. January 6th was an insurrection. They were unarmed, but it was very insurrection-y. Not even the obvious ones, but the big lie. You know what the big lie is? The big lie is that they're impressive. That's
what? They were not armed. No, wait, what do you mean literally not unarmed? No, the January 6ers weren't armed. They had like zip ties and shit, but they didn't have like guns.
You did. January 6th was an insurrection. They were unarmed, but it was very insurrection-y. Not even the obvious ones, but the big lie. You know what the...
They had like knives and shit. When you say armed in America, that means like they got guns, okay? Some did have guns. Oh, I thought that... I mean, I don't recall like any big presence of weapons. I mean, it makes sense, but I don't think it was like... I don't think it was like a...
Tell me that nobody had guns.
I don't think it was... I mean...
Somebody's
I don't think it matters that much because like they had like mace, they had tasers, stuff like that for sure. But what is it? Using deadly or dangerous weapon causing serious bodily injury. We found numerous examples of defendants convicted who carried firearms. Oh shit.
Yep.
I didn't even know that they had firearms with them. I mean, they weren't unarmed though. Like I don't think they were. They definitely were. I mean, there are photos of them using things to hit cops. Like that would be under the legal definition. That would be the assault with a deadly weapon. Like that is what they were arrested for. But when you say arms, I'm thinking of like, you know, they're kitted out in AR-15s or shit like that. I'm sure some people were carrying, like concealed carrying illegally, but beyond that, it wasn't like they weren't like using them, if that makes sense. You can't redefine words, Hasan. No, when I thought he was talking about like guns, like that they were openly brandishing and shit. I guess I got duped by Tucker Carlson's sentiment here, his rhetoric here, to respond to it in the actually.
The big lie is that they're impressive. That's what the big lie is.
Not sure if you were going to cover it, but the celebrity endorsements during this rally were unplanned. J-Lo, Ricky Martin, especially Bad Bunny came out of nowhere and reaction to this rally.
Lopez?
Yeah, the Harris campaign was shocked by the Bad Bunny one. The Wine Mom and Latino Mom groups are talking about this, and Ricky Martin, but Ricky Martin Hasanabi head, as you know, endorsed Kamala Harris.
Wait, hold on. J-Lo endorsed Trump?
No, dude. Bad Bunny, Ricky Martin, J-Lo endorsed Kamala Harris during this rally.
Oh, I thought they came out. I was like, J-Lo? What?
Yeah.
They brought J-Lo out here?
Kamala Harris' VP choice Tim Walz had a secret fling with daughter of top Chinese communist official during teaching stint in China. What? That's insane. My man is so sick. They just keep making him look cooler. Like, I hope he did that. Good for him. He was building the bridge, dude. The real one belt, one road. It's totally made up, by the way. I hope it's real.
Whatever happened
Harris campers seen the Puerto Rican stuff break through like nothing in the cycle yet. Yeah, of course, because it was an unrestricted, unhinged act of racism, dude. These guys got way too comfortable in their Twitter bubbles thinking that they could just, once again, do the same thing that they do all the time when they go on debate stages in front of like 50 million people, 60 million people and say like, Haitians are eating cats and dogs. And people go, ugh, what? That's kind of weird. I keep repeating to you guys something that you don't trust me on because we watch so much like racist Republican shit every day. And I think it breaks our brains too, where we think like everyone thinks like this. And I keep trying to explain to you, there is a level of permissible bigotry. Okay. You can't go above it. When you go above a level of permissible bigotry, when you don't simply point to vague generalizations, systems of oppression that already exist that people take for granted, and you take it one step further and you get like nerdy with it or weird with it, people are going to look at that and go, that's gross, dude. Why the fuck did you say that? There is a window of permissible misogyny. There's a window of permissible white supremacy. People like Ben Shapiro regularly choose not to go above that because they at least understand that you can't cut commentary that way. Okay? Hasan, this man has a 50% chance of being president. Yes, but that doesn't mean every single person that's voting for him is aware of all of this shit. Bro, put the cap on before you put it in there. Don't just toss it out like that.
You have a bag in your trash can.
Still. Anyway, moments after praising Trump for purposely liberating him from telling lies, Tucker Carlson blames Liz Cheney for the deaths of hundreds of thousands of people.
Is Fox News covering this?
Probably.
If they're not, that's maybe a sign that perhaps even they can't even spin it.
What is this? If you believe Kamala Harris' policies are better for America than Trump's policies, you are ignorant, a liar, R-worded, gay. That's funny. Rainy draws a lot. Thank you for the 10 gifted subs.
Somebody's in the chat.
Yeah. But yeah, of course, they're getting a lot of movement on this. They're getting a lot of motion on this shit because the rally was so dumb.
The Harris campaign sees that whole rally.
I can't wait for Fox and the Fox 5 to talk about this rally. Jesse Waters is gonna be like, who amongst us hasn't said Puerto Rico's a dump? It really is. You know, it's gonna be awesome. And then Jessica Tarkov is gonna defend it, or Jessica Tarkov is gonna defend Kamala Harris or Queen Jessica. God, we're such losers, man. We're such goddamn losers. Oh, it's already here.
Sunday was a love fest. I know some of the nicest couples who I know were there. I don't know why they're friends with me, but they were there and they were just enthralled at the enthusiasm. The rage was on TV. The rage was not at the Garden. The rage was on TV because, as like Greg said, they're jealous. They can't control him. They're angry because they've thrown everything at this guy, and the more they throw at him, the grander the coalition gets, the stronger he gets.
Oh, yeah.
And now,
it was all love there.
Yeah. Love for racism. That's what they were loving.
Are oppressive. Recreation is white privilege. Better not work out. So their shared experience now is simply outrage. They can't do fun. That is why when they looked at this, they just get angry because they can't do it. They can't do it. So they go off on like
talking about. We had Queen Bee in Houston, Texas. We sold out as. I'm sorry.
You get so libbed up, dude.
Sorry.
You get so libbed up.
I'm sorry.
It's embarrassing.
I'm sorry.
It's
I can't help it. But when he says that, I sometimes go back to my.
He said we,
tendency.
bro. You speaking French? What do you mean we? God damn. God damn.
All I'm saying, look. They did sell that thing out. 100,000 people waiting outside.
Greg Gutfeld is funny. Buttfeld is funnier than Tony Hinchcliffe. I don't know. I mean, maybe Buttfeld.
I mean, but you got it. Come on, Hasan, you got to give it to. What do you mean they can't have fun? Are you fucking kidding me?
So that's about like you know, the age old adage that like liberals are joy killers, right? They're woke skulls, they're joy killers, they can't have fun. So instead of addressing like a lot of the horrible metric ton of horrible shit that's running on every broadcast right now of like all the highlights, or rather the lowlights, they have to just like not show you that and then simply be like, you know how liberals are. It's just a couple of comedians. They're having fun. They're doing jokes.
I know why they're doing it. But
yeah, and that's what
it's just stupid.
They're just trying to like point to vague generalizations in defense of like the things that unfolded, because a lot of the sentiment is truly indefensible, even by the likes of these dipshits.
Joke. To me, the irony of a joke like that is that the libs don't know about news until it first starts as a joke. They had no idea about illegal immigration. They didn't care about illegal until you make a joke about it. Men participating in women's sports, you start making fun of it, then they call you transphobic, then they find out that it's real.
They talk about
inmates getting sex changes. Right?
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's funny because like,
why do people think that people give a shit about this?
And
it's not real anyway.
Well, I think that their goal, I genuinely think that their goal is to make that a wedge issue that people do care about, because there's no other reason for them to talk about this shit that much.
Jesus Christ.
Because it objectively is like election poison. People do not care enough about trans people to actually go out and vote against like.
Meanwhile, former President Trump.
No, not Fox 5. I want to hear. I want to hear from the 5. That's Fox and Friends chatter.
Oh, these guys. Oh, I kind of want to hear from them too.
Yeah, we'll look at both.
Oh God, I love Fox so
right,
much.
You're paying for it. That's a joke. And then you find out, oh, it's real.
When I'm on a plane, which is often.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When I'm on a plane, I want to watch Fox News so bad, but I can't do it because
you're embarrassed. People are going to think you like it.
I like it, so I tune on something neutral like
Mm-hmm.
CNN. No, I'm kidding. I'll pop on MSNBC every once in a while.
I mean, now people know about Puerto Rico having a huge trash crisis.
Oh, that's why Tony Hinchcliffe brought it up.
Oh,
thanks, Tony, and thanks, Buttfeld.
That's insane.
Stream is flashing. Is that normal? Yes. We have a Los Angeles Times reporter with us right now in the room, and he's snapping pics throughout the day.
You know who knew that first? AOC's grandmother. Nobody cared, not even her.
That reminds me of, remember Sherrod, who used to come on Red Eye?
Yeah.
I went to one of his comedy seller shows one time. He tells this joke. I thought it was hysterical, and hardly anybody else laughed. And he said, "It's not funny if you don't know stuff." which was I don't know why I'm walking down memory lane. I want to play
Shout
for
out
you.
to Sherrod, though.
These people, like, explaining jokes never works anyway. But if you're like an uptight conservative blonde woman on Fox News, or Brian Kilmeade does this too sometimes, explaining jokes become even worse. Like, you reach a new level of lame when you're like, ha, I've laughed one time. I've laughed in the past. A blast from the past. A trip down memory lane. A time when I have laughed. When I had laughed at a funny joke. Right. A real haha moment.
Yeah, hey, Sherrod. I want to play for Jesse. This is Jonathan Karl from ABC on his observations.
All right, let's see what my queen Jessica had to say.
Talk about a joke.
No,
You
this
are
is what I
better
will
than
say.
that.
No, every show I say I don't want to hear about Hitler unless we're talking about Hitler. This was not about 1930s Germany, but you did have Stephen Miller stand up there and say America is for Americans only.
Okay,
that is the kind of rhetoric that does echo the 1930s, and that's
yeah, that's literally Hitler. Like, that's insane. It's like when Trump said immigrants are poisoning the blood of this nation. That's Hitler. Okay, that's certified Hitler. That's a classic. Okay, when you say America for Americans only, what the do you think Hitler was saying? He was saying Germany for Germans only. Okay, it is the type of coded language that is supposed to be like, well, this makes sense. Like, what? Why do you have issues with it? It's like, yeah, it matters who you think is not American, dumbass. That's the whole point. Okay, that's it. When you say America for Americans only, you are literally just invoking Hitler.
You just
wait. Who's
back.
America for then, Jessica?
Who should we be for?
The rest of the world or us? America first?
Yeah, see? America first? Okay, first of all.
I love, did they just bring this person on to just shit on her the whole time?
You've never watched Fox 5? That's my queen, Jessica Tarkov. This is what she does. She's the liberal. So that's the lib seat.
Okay.
So on Fox 5, they have, okay, this is a replaceable conservative blonde woman seat. Okay. And I will never know their names. I think this one is Dana Perino, but I will never there is literally dude, I'm telling you, if you were to do like a snapshot from this angle every single day,
it's replaceable blonde conservative
no, that's
woman.
Buttfeld sits here, can't even touch the ground because he's such a little worm. Okay. Buttfeld with his ugly ass sneakers that he wears every day.
Okay.
Conservative blonde woman that is replaceable and is replaced regularly, but we never know because they just all look the same. A guy who you have to hide your drink around, okay? Man or woman, doesn't matter. Equal opportunity, date rape vibes.
I like how you're just casually calling him gay.
Yeah, it's just, that wasn't the point. He's a threat to everybody.
Okay.
He's just a threat. And then this is the liberal seat, but it's most commonly filled by our queen, Jessica Tarkov, who does a fantastic job of defending lib positions. And then also, of course, Judge Jeanine Pirro, the secret Lebanese voice that you must have.
She's Lebanese?
Felix has a bit about this that we talk about all the time. That he says Felix is Jewish for everybody who doesn't know. He says it's not Jews that run the media. It's actually the secret Lebanese. Apparently, and I did not know this, there are a shit ton of like Lebanese people all over American culture and American media. Judge Jeanine Pirro is one of them. I'm going to give you one that is going to shock you. You had to take that chicken out of your mouth. Just listen. Tim Tebow.
Tim Tebow's Lebanese?
Yeah, dude.
What the
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
How do you think I'm getting into media?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're Lebanese. Nobody would have ever thought that you're Lebanese.
How do you think?
Even though
I'm getting all these interviews, Hasan?
if you didn't constantly talk about how Lebanese you are.
Yeah. How do you think I'm landing all these interviews? Huh?
Yeah. Shut the fuck up. No way that's true. Yeah. Tim Tebow's Lebanese. Mia Khalifa's Lebanese too, yeah. Why'd you bring up Mia Khalifa? We're talking about media figures. Los Angeles Times reporter, everybody. Yeah. Mia Khalifa is Lebanese as well, yes. I thought it was Johnny Football, not Tim Tebow. Yeah. Fear and Halloween costume idea, and it's just the 5. Okay.
Wait, that's actually brilliant. Why do we do that?
Keanu Reeves is Lebanese, I think, or I think he was born in Lebanon.
Who would you be? I feel like you'd probably be.
I don't want to be Jesse Waters.
You'd probably be though.
I'd rather be my queen. I'd rather be my queen, Jessica Tarkov.
Nobody really can be Jeanine.
Yeah. No, you have to be. Otherwise, it's Lebanese face.
What do you mean? I gotta do.
Yeah. Cutie is the replaceable blonde woman, of course.
Who's gonna be Jeanine? Oh.
Everyone's saying Austin's deaf Jeanine. You do give off Jeanine vibes. She is a bit of a diva.
Yeah, she.
Yeah.
Wait, who should we be for? The rest of the world or us? America first?
Oh, Tim Tebow's not Lebanese. It's Johnny Manziel.
Fuck. I just spilled right in my.
Oh my God! Right where there's a pee stain. You just pissed yourself, dude. Ralph Nader is Lebanese. Johnny Football. You're right. Johnny Manziel is Lebanese. My bad. I fucked it up. Tim Tebow was born in the Philippines. Pinoy
your
gang.
Johnny's, you racist. You anti-white racist.
Yeah. Manziel is actually Turkish. Aldiaman origin.
First or last?
It's not about first or last.
Yes.
It's about sending a xenophobic message out to the world.
Go ahead and, the judge was there. Had front row seat. Tell us more.
Oh, come on. Tell us.
The judge was there. Front row seat. The judge.
What to say?
A comedy show and a closing message political rally are different. And you want to wait? Okay, here's what Jessica Tarkov. She still have more smoke. We need to watch. Tebow is in Pinoy Gang. His parents are missionaries. I know I'm joking when I say Tim Tebow is Pinoy Gang, dude. Just because he was born in the Philippines.
I in fact thought Hinchcliffe was one of the funnier people at Tom Brady's roast. But a comedy show and a closing message political rally are very different. And you want to do no harm. with 8 days left to go. And it's very clear that harm was done. And you know that because Republicans came out right away flipping out about this. Rick Scott posting, Anthony D'Esposito, who is a congressman in Suffolk County, immediately said, absolutely not to this. Puerto Ricans are great. He's Puerto Rican himself. Marco Rubio came out. He's trying to defend the larger message, but he said Puerto Ricans are good people. And the Kamala Harris campaign is reporting that they haven't seen something breakthrough like this comment has yet in the campaign. They're talking about, but maybe if you saw.
Oh, every other week, dude. Republicans say like unhinged, unrestricted, unimaginable racist nonsense. And then people have to turn around and be like, the Puerto Ricans are people. They're human beings. Like, what a wonderful party, dude. What a wonderful duopoly we have. We're
Let's clarify.
Yeah, we must clarify that it is not the campaign's official position that Puerto Ricans are animals, okay? Like, it's great. It's great stuff. Very cool. Wasp to Trump today.
Oh, yes. It's my favorite. Oh, yes.
Last night you mentioned that the other team are vessels, but I want you to know, and we want you to know, we believe you're a vessel.
Yes.
Dude, these people are, oh my God.
Oh,
yeah, tell me.
Fill me up.
Tell me once again.
Injected into my veins.
Tell me once again that we do not need re-education camps in this country. Tell me, go ahead, lie. Lie to yourself and lie to me. Like, how do you, what are we doing? What are we doing here? These people they've lost their minds, dude. We are now held hostage by like the collective hysteria of 30% of the country, okay? 30% of the country just experiencing collective hysteria on a regular basis. That's like, how do we go forward? Okay. How do we go forward from this moment on and have the semblance of a normal nation? Have some semblance of normalcy. Frank Zappa was Lebanese.
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
You're a chosen vessel. That's a Bible verse in the book of Acts that said Paul was a chosen vessel. And we're praying for God's blessing on your life.
Yeah, rigorous debate. Yeah, debate with these guys, dude.
Holy Botox.
Up is down, wrong is right. There's no, you cannot debate people that literally are not living on the same planet as you are.
Look at this guy's face. Look at the guy's.
Like,
may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make.
Like, what do you?
Trump doesn't believe the bullshit. Look at him. He's so uncomfortable.
I mean, but he'll take it.
I know he'll take it, but he's so uncomfortable.
Oh, this is so. It is so f***ed up, dude.
Make his face shine on you. May the Lord be gracious unto you. May he lift up his countenance, his favor upon you, and give you peace and blessing, and bless this nation. And we pray it all in your name, Lord.
There's nothing funnier than like the people that are just like, I hate Iran, and then they want to do the Ayatollah but Christian, like here, okay? Straight up. Like, this is it. I hate that Iran is being run by these Muslimans, the Islam. It's like, dude, you are a fundy. You are a fundamentalist. You are a fundamentalist psycho, okay? Jesus Christ.
Lord Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
Isn't a huge part of this saying that both sides are the same? I'm sorry. Isn't a huge part of this saying that both sides are the same? I'm sorry, keep repeating it, man. I know the Dems suck, but this is just insanity. There is never a moment where I have like considered both sides part in this issue when it comes to like unrestricted misinformation, when it comes to like right-wing hallucinations. Of course, both sides are not the same. There is no argument there. I'm always going to be honest with you. They are the same when it comes to maximum genocide in Gaza. That is true. Okay. There is a bipartisan consensus when it comes to advancing America's foreign policy. But when it comes down to shit like this, yes, it's not the same. Of course, it's not the same. This drives me mad. When do we draw the line at the delineation between religion and state? There is none. What the oh no, this is, you know, yeah, they are Christian nationalists. Okay. That's what you think. I like that I'm in the process of describing. I like that I'm in the process of describing to you that, of course, both sides are not the same. And this guy is literally like, I don't care, man. You do think that. Like, then why would I lie in this very moment? What do you mean? You try to be unbiased, but you one of the worst offenders when it comes down to Islam / trans rights / or Jews? Expand upon that, chatter. Please. I would love to hear what you have to say here. 2012 account. Yeah, he's going to have some wonderful, wonderful takes here. Let's continue. Yeah, I'm biased because I believe that all people should have human rights. It's really up. It's a really up thing.
You're a vessel. Oh my God,
dude, it is so unhinged.
Nuts.
It's so
People
unhinged.
are nuts. Jesus Christ, wake up!
Taking the stage in Madison Square Garden just hours ago in front of thousands last night, where he slammed Vice President Harris and vowed to bring back the American dream.
Next Tuesday, you have to stand up and you have to tell Kamala Harris that you've done a terrible job. We're not going to take it anymore. Kamala, you're fired. We're bringing back the American.
He doesn't even have that juice, dude. Kamala, you're fired. He's trying to hit the This is literally.
He can't even move the arm anymore.
Bro, this is Frankie Valli.
Oh yeah,
on stage with the microphone. He's like, like mouthing the words.
He's lip-syncing his rallies.
Yeah. Kamala, you are fired. Like, come on, dude. You fell off, big dog. No juice.
I will say it's going to be very interesting to watch. I mean, he's already gotten older and he's lost a step, but it's going to be so weird to see him when he starts to get to Joe Biden level of just old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I've never he has, despite his insanely horrible health and obesity, he has aged remarkably well for a 78-year-old
who only slams Diet Cokes and eats McDonald's.
Yeah, I'm surprised he is in good a shape as he is and has as many faculties as he does.
What do you mean? He's 220 pounds, 6'4".
Yeah, right.
Excuse me. He is literally 5 pounds lighter than me.
Eventually, it comes calling. Eventually, all of us will start to deteriorate at any age. And I just never have seen to watch. I just can't even picture Trump.
Yeah, it's
as
because
an old dude.
It's because he is correct. It is because he's right when he says that the human body is a battery and that you only have a finite amount of energy, and if you expend it fast, you die.
That's why, I know this is going to be weird coming from my mouth, but I've never understood why Democrats have used the line of attack that he's old and is deteriorating as a line of attack.
Well, against Joe Biden, it didn't make sense. In this situation, it does kind of, you can still.
I suppose, but even then, it's I don't know. Even as a Democrat, I'm well, we kind of had that guy in July. You know what I mean? I don't know. He's.
Oh yeah, no, I was a big time. I was a big time anti-stop. I kept
don't
yelling.
Bring up age.
I kept yelling at Democrats when they would constantly be well, Trump is deteriorating too, and there was some. Megaphonics, Fango Lives, Mind Drive. There's a bunch of liberals in this chat that were literally doing that to me, where they were well, you have to admit Trump has skipped the step. Trump has lost the step too. And it was dude, it is so irrelevant in this conversation when you are matched up against Joe Biden. As a matter of fact, Joe Biden's mental faculties had deteriorated so visibly that it made Trump look good in comparison.
But he's just always sounded insane to me.
Yeah,
always.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gotten increasingly more insane.
No, but when I say he's lost the sauce, he's lost the juice. Even that, we're gonna say Kamala, you're fired. We get it, man. That's your line. We get it. You're trying to do your hits, and it's just it sucks.
Dream.
It doesn't hit the
bring
same.
it back at the highest level that you've ever seen. We're seeing historic levels of support among our black population, Hispanic population, and our Asian population.
I've got a hot take.
So Jews and Muslims.
I wouldn't be surprised when the exit polls show up that Kamala didn't really lose that much support amongst that community.
Yeah, that's most likely what's going to happen. Yes,
it's kind of
it's not going to be 20%. It's not going to be 20%.
It's the same idea that the Democrat. It's the liberal version of a bunch of Republicans are going to vote for Kamala Harris. Right? Remember how a bunch of Democrats are oh, you're not counting all the Republicans that are going to vote for it.
Yeah.
No, still
No, they're not.
going to vote.
Yeah.
They're all going to vote for him. You know what I mean? It's like that version.
No, you're I think you're right on that. I think you're right.
Like I don't think like she may lose a percentage or two, but I don't think it's going to be 20%. That's insane.
Yeah, no shot.
No. And I'll even go I'll come up with a hotter take. What she loses in black men, she'll make up in black women in turnout.
Maybe.
You disagree? Cope? All right. Well, we'll see. Nobody. Hey,
I mean, that's not an endless well that you can tap at the end of the day. It's 6% of the population. You know what I mean?
I know, but still.
I do think that the hyper focus on black men, like from liberals too, is just like not only annoying, but also stupid when white men who are also non-college educated are going by massive percentages to Donald Trump and have always gone by massive fucking percentages to Donald Trump. Like a marginal shift in the other direction for black men without a college degree is so inconsequential. And it really frustrates me that this is like a major point of contention. Truth World, Kansas, Trump +5, 48 to 43. Why is he saying Truth World to this? It's Truth World. He's just memeing, dude. It's just...
Muslims and Catholics and evangelicals and Mormons, and they're all joining our cause in large numbers, larger than anyone has ever seen in this country before, larger than they've ever seen in any country. And the Republican Party has really become the party of inclusion.
Trump 2024 national
They're
press.
laughing. They're laughing at the Republican Party being the party of inclusion. Just like, you can be racist too, it's okay. Black men, Jews, Muslims, as long as you hate yourself and others, you're fine by me.
Secretary Caroline Leavitt joins us now. Caroline, you were there last night. What was it like backstage? What was it surrounded by?
Oh, there were 2 polls showing Trump up 5 in Kansas. He won it by 15 in 2020. That's why it's Truth World. If it's real, it's huge.
20,000 people almost as he took the stage. We're a week away.
It was amazing. The energy last night was palpable in the room. The spirit, it was happiness and joy. And it was such a diverse group of people in that stadium packed to the...
Yeah, they had...
No way!
Yeah, they had Italians. They had Polish.
Oh, no way.
They had racists from every borough. Okay, we had people from Staten Island. Okay, that's right. Staten Island. We had people from New Jersey. We had people from Long Island. This is regime TV. Yeah, no, it is. This is like, it is regime TV, 100%.
The House, there wasn't an empty seat. You had Black Americans, Latino Americans, Jewish Americans.
I like that she's saying this and we can see the crowd. like, lady, we have eyes. You know that, right?
Oh, God.
There were Germans. There was a Cuban there. There were many Cubans.
Men, women of all ages coming in support of President Trump and unafraid to show it by...
I mean, come on. Come on, dude. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And aren't those the people that like in the back of that they select?
Yeah. They select that to make it look diverse.
Group. And that's all they could do. That's the best they could do with that group back there.
By the way, even in the streets here of very liberal New York City, which I think there's a chance of getting very red after last night. President Trump's message.
Okay, you can't shit on her.
No,
you want to know why?
Why? Blue Texas?
Because you say blue Texas.
No, I don't.
You literally
not.
phone banked in Texas last election.
Hold on. Let me defend myself. In 2020, there were polls that showed it was in striking distance, and the campaign itself was campaigning in Texas because they thought they had a chance in 2020. There was actually polls. I wasn't saying crazy shit like Idaho was going to flip blue. That's the equivalent of what she's saying. It's New York City, the bluest place on the planet. That would be like me walking into LA and saying, oh shit, there was a Trump rally here, so it's gonna be red, right? That's the equivalent, okay? The polls in 2020, you have to give it to me, reputable polls for that matter, claim that Texas was close. That's why I picked up the phone and I phone banked. And unfortunately, Look,
you didn't phone bang hard enough.
And hold on.
You didn't phone bang hard enough.
And you're laughing at me now, but the demographic, Texas is slowly inched, slowly but surely, towards the left. It's not going to happen in this election cycle. May not happen in the next election cycle. But if it continues to trend this direction, I think Republicans are going to have to be very concerned.
Okay.
Message was optimistic. And I loved what Mrs. Trump said. She said, New York is a city of hope and dreams. You have people bustling from office to office to make a living. And those dreams are becoming unattainable because of Democrat policies. And I think President Trump offered a real message of hope to New Yorkers and all Americans. And what an epic way to kick off the last week.
Half the people are there from New Jersey. I know.
We are here at Madison.
Yeah, I saw this morning, and it is the least surprising thing I have seen.
Square Garden for a Trump rally. Did you guys come in from Staten Island, Long Island, or New Jersey?
Long Island. New Jersey.
Long Island.
Long Island.
New Jersey. All right. So there you have it. That's where.
Like, yeah.
Is Long Island really conservative?
He's kind of right. There are a lot of polls that hinted at it. The campaign in 2020 did not go there, but Kamala just did this week, rallying Houston with Beyonce.
Yeah, but that's for Allred.
It was a big deal because it was the first in Texas. Biden lost it by 600,000 votes out of 11 million votes. It's always the same. It's libdeshder, okay? It's always the same liberals that chime in when I joke about this, okay?
I'm not going to say that she's flipping Texas, okay? I know she's not going to, but Allred has a chance.
I hope to.
And I think strategically it's good for the Democrats because the Republicans then have to think about spending resources there too.
I'm just providing facts. I'm not saying it's going blue. I know, but like we know what how many points did Trump beat Biden over in Texas?
Like 5.
Like
46 to 51 or I think, or 47. I don't know what, 5 to 6 points.
Let's look at it.
Well, I think I've got it down memorized.
I think it might be
46
5.
to 51.
6 points. 52,
Look it up. I want to see if I'm
52,
right.
46.
That was off the dome.
Trump, Biden, 2020, Texas.
What did I say?
It's 52 to 46.
Okay.
52 to 46. Okay.
Was I right?
Well, I mean, but like it is demonstrated that the polls are wrong.
Yeah.
That's my point.
No, I know. But hold on. But at the time, we didn't know that.
I mean, I did. I laughed at your face when you said Texas is going to turn blue.
Yeah, but you always laugh at my face. All right? You laugh at my face with everything. All right? And sometimes I'm right.
No,
okay?
I was so proud. That's false.
No, you laugh at my face when I come up with takes that
are laughable.
Yeah.
Like Texas is going to turn blue in 2020.
I don't think it's going to turn blue in 2024. Okay, but I do stand by that. Texas is going to be more. It's going to be closer in Texas than it would be in Florida, and by close, I mean closer like by percentage. It's not going to be close, but.
All right, let's finish this regime television broadcast here.
It was epic. You know, the world's most famous venue. He always wanted to play it. It was essentially a 3 or 4 or 5 or maybe 12-hour event for a lot of people. But, you know, this morning, the mainstream media has picked up on the comics comments, which were offensive, have been denounced by the campaign and everybody else. What went on with that?
Look, it was a comedian who made a joke in poor taste. Obviously, that joke does not reflect the views of President Trump or our campaign.
Damn,
and I think it is sad that the media will pick up on one joke that was made by a comedian rather than the truths that were shared by the phenomenal list of speakers that we had. We had
like Grant Cardone being like, we need to slaughter we need to slaughter the Kamala Harris supporters, or the truths that were told by Tucker Carlson, who said, you know, thanks to Donald Trump, we don't have to hide our racism any longer.
Oh, this is awesome. This is awesome that this is their.
Or who could forget Rudy Giuliani's Palestinians are taught to kill Americans by the age of 2.
What do you mean it doesn't represent them? They vetted the guy and they even knew what he was going to say before he said it. And this is like supposed to be their closing rally, isn't it?
Yeah. Also, Donald Trump Jr. Does indeed think the Puerto Rico comments represent the Trump campaign. It seems these people have no sense of humor. Wild that a vice presidential candidate would take the time out of his busy schedule to analyze a joke taken out of context.
What was out of context about that joke?
Yeah, I don't know why.
What was out of context? There was no. That was the context.
Yeah. Which, by the way, they vetted that. So
yeah,
they vetted that one. and thought that was a banger. So it doesn't seem to be. What was the joke? There's a pile of trash in the middle of the ocean. It's called Puerto Rico. That's what he said.
Men and women. We had Senator J.D. Vance. We had Dana White, friends of the president.
Oh,
Dan
this is funny.
Scavino, my colleague and friend.
This is funny. This comedian was paid off by Kamala Harris to do this rally and does not reflect the views of the Trump or the Republican Party. Just the dirty Democrats trying to take Trump down 8 days before the election. Trump is extremely busy and does several rallies a day in different states and does not have the chance to thoroughly investigate each person being put on stage. Pretty obvious it was a hit job from the real racist Kamala and the party of the KKK
Can I be real?
Democrats.
This almost looks like a fake account that is like a liberal, like a Democrat trolling.
I want to believe it's real, so I'm going to go along with it being
That's
real.
how insane that sounds. That's what it sounds like.
Here's what Trump had to say about his Madison Square Garden rally, by the way.
I tell stories. We have these big rallies. Last night we had a great rally at Madison Square Garden. I tell stories.
What happened to the it's just a joke and you don't understand comedy crowd? Yeah, I don't know why they're trying to defend this as it's just a joke. You can be as racist as you want when you just say it's just a joke. It was out of context because it made it sound like it was just a racist attack against Puerto Rico when in fact the comedian made offensive statements towards many different groups.
Wait, what is this?
The context of that joke was that he shit on pretty much everyone that's not white.
Friend who shared very intimate moments with President Trump when they were in the hospital in Butler, Pennsylvania, really showing the truth about President Trump and his heart of gold. And the crowd, they didn't mind, right? Again, it was a diverse group of people. The joke fell flat, but the crowd was there because they know.
Oh, the joke fell flat. So it was not a good joke.
No.
Oh, damn.
Joke. Yeah, no.
Yeah. No, I promise you, the Nazi rally that we did, the Nazis didn't laugh at the Nazi joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't laughing.
Know who President Trump is, and they know he wants to be a president for all Americans.
So, Caroline, let's talk about the ground game because when you look at the polling, when you see the Trump movement, it's clear that the momentum is on you guys' side right now. The question is, how do you get that momentum to the polls as well? So what are you guys doing differently this time that y'all did the last election?
Well, I may be biased, but I think Team Trump has the best ground game in the business right now, and our team has been out there on the ground focusing on registering voters and turning out voters.
Who knows if it's gonna work? But weren't you telling me that Trump is relying exclusively on a super PAC, Elon Musk super PAC to get for their ground game? It's not coming from the party itself; it's coming from a super PAC. They've hired these people, right?
What is this? A message from our HR department. We're extremely disappointed with the conduct displayed in this clip. It's not representative of the values we strive to uphold here at the Freedom Podcast. All 4 individuals in this video have been terminated effective immediately. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't think my boyfriend would like me sharing, especially after you two walked in and showed me your penises.
We could share a bit.
And we did not show you our penises. You put us in these hussy costumes. You put us in these hussy costumes.
I did not put you in a hussy
You
costume.
put us in hussy costumes.
You put us in hussy costumes.
She handed us the costumes and she said,
Hold on.
"Oh, your penises might show."
HR.
We try them on. We come in and we go, "Cutie, do these look all
Hold
right?"
on. In her defense, you did both show her your
They
penis.
walked in. They said,
Yeah, the costumes were just simply side eye. You got at Disneyland. That's
awesome. From the entire family.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's the best.
They've never seen someone to do it like this. Okay.
That's
dude, I was
awesome.
hammering that turkey leg, dude. That was
awesome.
Oh my God. I was eating the out of that turkey leg, dude.
Oh man.
Bro, you literally moaned as you bit into it. Okay, calm down, dude. You don't have to say it. Yeah, I mean, it's true, but like sometimes you can, it's okay. Hold on. I got to order my food. Oh, I'm freaking starving. Guy from Turkey Eating Turkey. Yeah, it was a great stream. I had a great time.
voters for months, doing that hard work. And we're seeing it pay off in the early voting returns. Pennsylvania, there's been a 20-point swing from 2020 in early voting towards Republicans. North Carolina, Republicans are leading the early vote right now. Nevada, the first day of early voting in Clark County, Republicans led by 19 points. And so we are seeing Republicans.
85% of voters currently that have voted for GOP voted in 2020. They're cannibalizing their election day vote. We saw it in 2022. It's happening again. Just wait till election day. That's all I'm saying.
Damn.
They're cannibalizing their election day vote. I'm not saying that Kamala's going to win, but you should definitely, they definitely need to hide. They're not talking about it for an obvious reason. These aren't new voters.
Wait, that was Chrissy Teigen and John Legend's son in the Disney photo you showed? Wait, no, you're memeing, right? You're just saying that because he kind of looks like John Legend, like a young John Legend. It's not them, copium. Anne çıkaracağım mı yürütmeye? Okay. What is this, bro?
We might want to get a beer on the way to the Incredibles. Dude, that's a brilliant idea. What? See what I'm saying? Dude, Coke mentality.
What? We were having fun. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize red-blooded Americans having fun terrifies you, liberals.
Okay.
Republicans and all Americans are taking President Trump seriously when he says get out and bank your vote early. So I'll use this opportunity to share that with the American people today. Please get out and vote early, and then you have the next week to bring all your friends and family with you to the polls. But the signs we're seeing in early voting coming in are very encouraging. We're not taking a single second for granted. President's going to Georgia today, and he'll be barnstorming the country every day for the next week.
Will he play Madden with Tim Walz at any point, like yesterday with AOC? You don't have to answer that. That was too controversial. All right. So yesterday, J.D. Vance does this thing where he sits in a chair and does three Sunday shows. So right away, Jake Tapper thought, let's focus on General Kelly and General Madison.
Oh yeah, this is Austin has been excited to watch this.
Excited.
Austin was like libbing it up about this. He was going crazy over it.
Fake Tapper.
What is this? Young Dems are killing it. Young Democrats are killing it with early vote returns. AZ 51% of returns.
I'm telling y'all.
GA 88. Michigan 53.
Yeah. You can't compare early voting from 2020 to 2024. It's as simple as that. Okay, you can't. You can't do it. And look, all y'all are laughing at me and copium, but wait till election night. I'm going to be on Hasan's stream explaining exactly this.
Well,
exactly this.
I think one thing that we're forgetting is that we are most likely not going to have.
Yeah, but we'll have an idea.
We're most likely not going to be able to figure out what happens with this election on election night.
Of where the votes are coming
I'm just
from.
letting everybody know. We are not going to know on election night who won, most likely.
But we're going to have like an idea of what
which is going to be really. That is something that I am a little worried about. I'll admit.
Yeah.
Like the fact that we won't know. We know what happened last time Republicans were confused by the outcome of an election. I'm just saying.
President, watch.
We've now spent 5 minutes talking about people in Donald Trump's staff
who think he's not fit for office.
He fired.
Well, we're actually
we talk about how Americans can't afford groceries.
Let's just watch the OG.
The insane amount of clip.
Let's just watch the OG. Let's just watch the OG video.
Crazy.
There was a couple different moments that I wanted to watch from the Madison Square Garden rally that was insane. Specifically this part.
And Speaker Mike Johnson
and then we'll get to
here.
Jake Tapper ass tapping JD Vance.
He's doing a great job. It's not easy when you have a majority of 3, but he's done a great job, and he's going to continue to do a great job, and we like him. He's a terrific person. I watched him just totally decapitate a fake reporter on NBC, Meet the Fake Press. What he did to her was,
fake press.
I think that probably should never be the same. Nobody would know. Look at him, such a nice-looking guy, just that little beautiful face with the glasses. Got the little glasses. Everyone says, "Oh, he's so nice. He's such a nice person." He's not a nice person. He's not nice at all, right, Matt? But great job. We think he's great, and he's going to be around for a long time, I predict. We have a senator here who I love, Senator Tommy Tuberville. And he's from a great place, Alabama. I love Alabama. I'm up in Alabama by 49 points. 49 points.
Oh, wow.
We're up by
what
a lot
triumph.
in a lot of different places, but it's a great place. And thank you, Tommy. And all of our other great congressmen. We have so many if I ever named them. We're going to be up here a long time. So they're going to be angry. They won't speak to me for probably a month or so, but it'll calm down after that. Right, Matt Gaetz? It'll calm down. It'll calm down. But we have great people, and they're really doing a job, and we're going to turn this country around. You know, with me, we got to get the congressmen elected, and we got to get the senators elected, because we can take the Senate pretty easily. And I think with our little secret, we're going to do really well with the House, right? Our little secret is having a big impact. He and I have a secret.
What the fuck does that mean?
What does that mean?
What is he spelling? Trump hinting at a secret with Mike Johnson to be revealed post-election. Clearest indication yet that if Trump loses, the plan is to sow enough doubt about election results in key states that the House can declare a contingent election and proclaim Trump the victor.
Is that even possible?
Anything is possible, baby. Anything is possible. That's why I'm saying, I don't think there's a January 6th style situation likely, but I feel like that's not going to stop them from trying.
Oh, hell no.
You know?
So the House would have to vote on a contingent election, and then they would get supported by the Supreme Court?
I think this was the Mike Johnson, and if so, he's signaling that Republicans will try to do the thing that keeps me up at night. Screw around with the Electoral College vote so that the House itself votes on the president instead. Each state gets one vote. Trump wins with 26. This is known as the contingent election of the president and was, although many people still don't fully realize it, part of the goal behind January 6th. Was just texting my buddies about this week, spoke on a recent podcast too. This scenario depends on a few things, but most especially on who controls the House. So if you're freaked out about this possibility, visit Go Kamala Harris and volunteer to help them elect Dems. A close election in a Republican-controlled House around with Electoral College votes. All they need is enough chaos to kick the vote for the presidency of the House itself. This procedure is known as a contingent election of the president and was one of the hosts behind January 6th. If that happens, each state delegation in the House gets one vote for president, and the 26 states almost certain to have majority GOP delegations vote Trump in as president against both the popular vote and the Electoral College vote. They have the Supreme Court locked down as well, so it's not like you can take it up there and defend it. Here's Mike Johnson's response to this regarding the congressional reporter. Speaking of secrets, Harris knew Biden was physically and mentally impaired and kept it a secret. The FBI knew Hunter Biden's laptop was real and kept it a secret. They also knew the Russia collusion was fake and kept it a secret too. It appears that all those secrets didn't matter to the media because they all helped Democrats. But this one might help Donald Trump, and now they care. By definition, a secret is not to be shared.
How would they get that to that point? Other than sowing chaos, how does it even get to that point where they just decide that the House decides? What needs to happen?
Well,
other than chaos is such a.
Well, what happened is, it's kind of like, imagine a Brooks Brothers riot, but in every swing state.
Okay. So if it's close enough, right? Well, I know what happened in 2000, but that was razor thin margins. What I'm saying is if she comes in,
it wasn't even just razor thin margins. It was there was a lot of there were a lot of issues with the ballots.
Yeah, I remember the butterfly ballot or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to understand is does it need to be, is this when it's close in multiple swing states, or is this just let's say she wins the blue wall convincingly and she wins convincingly, it's obvious that she's won, that they'll try to be oh, these were all fraudulent and then take it to the House? Is that what we're talking about? Or it needs to be a 2000 Florida situation?
I don't know of all the details, but there's some that you can do to invalidate some electors due to some ancient rules about how states assign them. And they're thinking if Harris only wins by one because of any two, they can try to reassign that back to Nebraska to give Trump the win.
So it has to be close. It can't be
Okay, considering that this happened in Veep season 5, there was an electoral college tie and the governors voted. It's going to happen.
Oh shit!
Now I'm believing it.